like get up and fix some shit, and like you can see my fucking drawers and shit. You know what's
Hey, JK, why you had to bring that up, man?
Problems with a live show.
Hey,
Like,
I was gonna
it's
tell him
just
about I was gonna tell him about what happened to me. He didn't have to say what happened to him.
this?
problems with a live show.
Absolutely.
That's our live friend.
My philosophy is just to wear pants whenever the camera's on. Like,
It's a lot of work, man. I don't nobody want to wear
no, I
pants.
get it. When I'm at work, sometimes I literally just roll out of bed and into a rolling chair. I get
Absolutely.
Pretty much.
Man,
But-
today was a work from bed day, dog.
I can't work from bed, but I don't get dressed.
Hey,
The
there you
man,
go.
the myth, the
That at work.
legend, Carl,
Red Square.
the Red Square, right on time too.
Absolutely. Oh, you
Oh.
ready? I thought you was gonna let him kill you one more time.
Nah, I don't.
Hey, Carl, don't let him trick you.
He's done. He's not focused anymore. He's messing up.
Damn.
Alrighty.
All right, let me switch over.
Let's get her started. Carl, you there? Can you hear us?
Yes. Can you hear me?
little low.
Carl, did you see that beautiful Black Clover fight that I sent you on Anime Channel?
Probably
I
not.
just fight.
Y'all should send me those too, because that's the only one I'm gonna watch.
Nah, we ain't send you shit.
Bruh.
Swab looking
Like it
clean today.
No, this is like my last clean shirt. That's what happened.
That's what happens to me too. When you see me in a button up, that's because
Yo,
Like I do like
dirty.
this shirt. This is
Dirty.
one of my favorite shirts. But like I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I would have
that's
wore a
what happens to
t-shirt.
me at work. They was like, "You got an interview today?" I'm like, "No, man, it's laundry day."
It's laundry
God,
day.
honest truth,
All of
bro.
my t-shirts are dirty.
Yeah.
So you get
Like if I had a t-shirt, it would be on me. Like, we
I
not
wear a
watching.
hoodie most of my
Nobody
life.
trying to watch that, Maurice. Well, no, I lied. Creston is watching Attack on Titan, but he's not all the way at the end there.
That shit clean.
He said I can't even fit my suit pants anymore.
Hey,
Wow.
Maurice,
No,
that needs to be on that's a slogan right there. That's a whole COVID slogan.
Absolutely feel
Right?
that. They fit.
I don't even know what my suit pants are.
you said they fit different. They fit. It's just not the same.
I put them on. I put them on a couple of days ago.
I gotta interview via Zoom until I lose weight.
I was like,
This man. Facts.
I put
My
them on.
coworker
I was
actually-
like, whoa! They're hugging different areas today. Like different.
Exactly.
They didn't used to do this.
Exactly.
Yeah, they used
I
to
tried to do the whole. I had read an article and I felt bad about it. It was like from Forbes. I don't know why I read Forbes sometimes. Like sometimes it strolls up in my Apple News, and it was just like how you should like be more productive by getting dressed up at home. So here I call my ass getting dressed up at home. I put my suit pants on. I'm just like, the fuck is this? They won't come up over my legs. I felt so bad. I instantly went to go work out. I was like, fuck this shit.
Yeah. I like we all just got to work out then. Well,
I was so
I'm just
mad
reading-
with myself.
I'm just now reading what Maurice said earlier about blue light is a myth, my brother. It sounds like Dr. Umar over there and shit.
Bruh. No, I will say I read an article about that shit, and they were like, it's not as harmful as fucking, like the people who are trying to sell you products for it make it seem like the sky is blue and like you're good.
What they were saying is mess up your is it circadian rhythm or whatever it is.
Yeah, it messes up your
Yeah.
circadian rhythm, but it's not gonna like kill your eyes.
No, just using your eyes and having them sit there and stare at bright sources is gonna do that computer vision syndrome stuff. Like it doesn't matter what color the
It's
light
a
is.
part of the blue light is part of the spectrum.
Right.
Yeah, it's-
Your eyes like vibrate sometimes.
You said what is
What
time
is
anyhow
time
exactly?
anymore?
Do your eyes
That's
vibrate?
true.
Not usually.
Do you guys see like dead people?
That's actually a neurological condition called nystagmus.
Is
Your
it?
eyes move back and forth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because like I'll be driving sometimes late at night and my eyes start vibrating.
Do you see
Oh,
dead people?
that can be exhaustion, but
Yeah,
there
you're
is a
tired at that point.
yeah, like
No.
there is a neurological. condition
Sometimes I'm not
called
tired and I'll just be
nystagmus.
my eyes start like going back and forth. I'm like, ooh.
I know what you
I'm
mean.
trying to
That
check
happens
it
to
out.
me when I'm like sitting
And
down
wrist
and
pain.
Staring at
I don't
something.
know it. Yeah, like
Like, I'm staring at the road for too long and all of a sudden my eyes like, hey man, we need to look somewhere else real quick.
I
Go
think
back.
that's
With logos,
that's
Xbox
just like
games.
a
This man had to tie it into an Xbox game.
See,
Here
there you
this
go.
nigga. All right,
There you
y'all
go.
ready to get started?
What do you say?
Talking
Yo,
about gotta
my
stop.
real
gosh.
fast before we
Maurice,
get
that's
started,
all.
I have to express to you guys how I felt like super old yesterday. I went to go pick up my wife's Target order, right? And I was listening to Lupe Fiasco, which what was it? Which
Show.
song was it? I forget now.
Show goes on.
Yeah, maybe it was Show Goes On. It was one of Lupe Fiasco's. Nevertheless, this kid comes and brings me out the Target order, and he goes with a serious face, "Yo, man, who is that?" And I go, "Lupe Fiasco." He's like, "Is that new?" And I felt so old.
And the funny
And
thing
he was
is,
like, he was
you're
vibing. He was
barely-
vibing real hard. Like he was just like, "Oh my gosh, it sounds amazing."
Tech,
Like,
you,
yep.
you
He
just
knew.
were able to rent a car without any of those like special fees or anything like
Facts.
this year.
Yeah.
So you're not even, you just became a fully fledged adult. Like that's the
This is
last step
facts.
where
That
you
was the last
stepped
step.
into adulthood. Like you gotta,
Damn.
when you go to there, they don't you can check
It's
that
all
box
downhill.
25 and older,
You said
right?
Yeah.
Like, so
Dog.
the fact that
Not the
some
mess
kid
out
was
of-
like, "Who's Lupe?" I get it though, because Lupe hasn't rapped in about a smooth decade.
Nah, kids are
Yeah.
ruthless.
Yeah.
Kids are
Yeah.
ruthless. My fucking
Yeah,
my twins, my communal twins, were like we were listening to some Christmas music, and one of the songs is a Destiny's Child joint, and the boy goes, he's
As it
like,
should
"Oh, I
be.
know who that is," and I was like, "Oh, how do you know that? What do you know about Destiny's Child?" He was like, "Oh, I study history." Nigga, what?
Wow.
Oh shit!
History.
Shots fired!
and then
Wow.
you choked him out, right? He woke up. He woke up 15 minutes later.
Yo! Oh, that took me out. That took me out. Oh, shit.
It was in my history book, chapter 3. Ancient
Hey.
music.
I wouldn't mind reading a history book that had Destiny's Child in
Destiny's
it.
Child facts. I would not
Oh,
mind.
yo.
Can you imagine like 5 more years
And in
from now?
chapter 5, the great breakup happened. And Queen Beyonce rose from the ashes.
Oh shit.
Later-
Yo, my
later
niece
came
called
Kelly
Beyonce
Rowland.
old school. I was like, bro, what year is it?
Wait, like her
I was
style is
listening
cool,
to
like
No,
just her,
just
music.
her. She was like, oh, my mom listens to that. She likes that old school music.
School's music.
that's when you know you hit it. That's when you know it's official. We became our parents.
Oh,
That's when you know
Oh
it's official.
god.
old as shit.
No, I knew it was official when my brother tried showing me like, and I was like, "This is not music." And then I remember when I
Oh,
showed
wow.
my grandfather, like, I think it was maybe like J. Cole for the first time, and he was just like, "What is this garbage? This isn't music."
One of
And
the safest rappers to show an old person though, too. Like, 'cause he's
say again,
One
one of the
safest.
safest rappers to show. Like
I thought
an
so
old
too. Yeah,
because he's
exactly.
pretty lyrical.
Which
And
brother was this?
he sticks.
The
to
one we
it.
play with.
Oh, he don't know music anyway. He trash anyway with that music.
Facts.
That music.
All
He
right,
barely
all
can
right.
play cards good.
Yo,
Facts.
all right. Y'all ready to start?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I hope
All
he's
right.
watching too. I hope he's watching.
Thank y'all for joining us and welcome to the podcast. Follow us at Blerdimension here and on YouTube if you haven't already. Turn on notifications so you can be the first to know when we got new content for you. I'm Kavan, Negrito Suave. We got JK, Be Sternal.
What's up, mother lovers?
We got Creston, not Cert.
What's good, everybody?
We got AJ, Noslinja.
How's everybody doing?
JD, Creates Activity.
What's up, everyone?
And Carl, KBH.
What's going on?
All our pronouns are he, him, and his. We got 3 segments for y'all on the podcast. We're going to talk about what we've been consuming this week and what's good. That means games we've been playing, movies we've been watching, comics we've been reading, any of that kind of good stuff. Then we're going to talk about some nerdy news and headlines. After news, we got a topic of the week to discuss. This week, We talking about how Microsoft out here making big moves for Xbox. Some
Big
exciting times coming up. Absolutely. After the podcast, we're gonna have a quick intermission, and then we're gonna get after podcast gaming. These niggas want a Rocket League rematch. Happy to whoop up on them again. And then we're gonna play some Halo, man. So stick around for that.
Anyway,
So what's good with y'all this week?
I'll go first since I was not here last
Yeah,
time.
and you're not welcome, especially in
not
Rocket
welcome.
League. They said they said that they don't want y'all.
No, I
don't
get it.
want
I get
you.
it. I get
Wow.
it. I was, to be honest, I was so afraid of them doing well without me. I was like,
your
'Cause I
fear
don't-
was well placed, sir.
They did very
Well
well.
placed.
it's me. I'm the problem. It hurts. It hurts a lot. These aren't
Does
real
it?
tears, though. It's just my eyes. It's not tears. Anyway, I was watching. This week I was doing watching the Snyder Cut this morning. Actually, I watched it as soon as I woke up. I was like, because the only way you can get through it before the podcast is to watch it at the beginning of the day, because it's literally that long. It's a 4-hour movie. Like, that was my biggest takeaway is like, it's so easy to do better than somebody after they've already screwed up,
Right.
and you're given more room and space. Like,
To
it's so
do
much
so.
easier. Like it's not like they had like a movie off and they both took the same cuts and said, okay, who can make a better movie? It's like that Snyder, not only did he do some reshoots, not only did he do but he literally got to put in everything he wanted to put in. Like, there was no limitation. There's probably some limitation, right? He probably couldn't have made a 6-hour movie or but yeah, grabs tips from the internet too. Like, people will tell you what they hate about the movie, and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna leave that out. So the movie was better. I'll admit that. But I feel like because I was able to watch it and work at the same time, like, it was kind of like a da-da-da-da thing. Like, I didn't feel like it was much better, right? It was just longer. It played longer. It played more like a series. It played more like I was watching WandaVision, like just binge watching that, than it did like a feature film, which is, like I said, it's unfair to a feature film. You sit down in a theater, it's kind of like you're expecting to be kind of wowed, and this kind of I was able to kind of like do the binge thing, and it was broken into chapters, so the chapters kind of made you feel like, oh, this is a new episode. And the honest truth is, if I had watched each of those episodes every week, I would have hated it, because nothing really happened to me. Nothing that I actually thought was awesome or cool happened until the last 46 minutes. And then the movie got to me was better than the other movie. Before, it was just like, it's longer and it's not as comical. Joss Whedon went for like piffy stuff like he did in the Avengers, and that just doesn't really work in the DC, not the way they built it.
Right.
So like those piffy lines and the whatever, like that kind of stuff didn't really fit. And Snyder's was a lot more serious tone and stuff like that. Although his Batman was actually much lighter, which is weird. Like the tone of the movie is more serious, but the Batman was like the opposite. Like in Whedon's, he was the only one who was kind of angry. Everybody else was kind of like getting along and all that other stuff. But in the Snyder version, Batman was like Mr. Hope. I got to go around and have faith and all this other stuff. It was kind of weird. But the last 46 minutes, I do agree, make that movie far superior to the other one. Just because I think the biggest issue with the Whedon cut was it really should have been called Superman and Friends, not Justice League. It was like the Temptations. It was like Superman was David Ruffin and everybody else. It was just a bunch of Otises and David Ruffin. And so I was like, the first, I was like, why did, if they just woke, like, the whole Superman thing should have happened way sooner or something. Like, it just felt, the first movie felt so unbalanced because he did everything. He was as fast as Flash. He was fighting Steppenwolf, and then he was also pulling the mother boxes apart. Like, he was doing everything. There wasn't any space for the other characters in the Whedon one. But in this one, Flash had his moment. Cyborg had way more moments in this one than the other one, because in the other one, he was kind of just the computer. That's all he was. He was like he's like, oh, we need somebody.
I'm here to search things.
Yeah, he was Google. He was like walking Google, right? So this one he actually like had some kind of use. There was like some, let's build him up, make this character look more important, because he always looks like the weakest member of the Justice League, and Batman's there,
Right.
but he still looks like the weakest one. So it's like
of the group.
Yeah, he is the youngest. Well, him and Barry Allen are close, but I think
I don't think they
I
determined
think it was
Barry
designed
Allen's
by a kid,
age.
too.
Yeah, Barry Allen's old and graduated college in this movie, so
Okay.
he's in his 20s. But Cyborg was a prodigy, but I don't know how long he's been a cyborg and not a high school student getting ready to go off to college or whatever, because that's where he kind of had the whole accident. But like I said, it was better because the other characters had more moments, except for Wonder Man and Aquaman kind of were the same. Like their roles didn't change much in terms of like spotlight, but Cyborg and Flash got a lot more. And to me, those are the two characters I like the most anyway, in this DC universe anyway. So that was the first 4 hours of my morning today. So yeah, it's great. Spent 4 hours just trying to.
Is it worth watching? That's the question.
Is it worth watching? Like I said, depends on what you're trying to do. Are you trying to sit down for a feature film? I don't recommend sitting down for 4 hours to do anything. But if you're talking about like you got it playing and you're watching it and you're also doing something else, yeah, it was pretty good. I mean, it was definitely better than the first one, but it's also twice as long.
Yeah, it's free to watch. Yeah, that is a good point. That's a good point.
So, yeah, Snyder Cut. Obviously, Jujutsu Kaisen, which I think this is one where they played. Is that baseball, or did I miss the episode? I might have missed the episode. No, this was one when they went to the middle school. Right?
Mhm.
They went to his old middle school, and there's a curse hanging out there in that haunted area. So nothing really happened in that episode. Really, it was kind of just all set up for what's going to happen this weekend. So, kind of looking forward to seeing what these curses are about to do. And same thing with World Trigger. It was another setup episode, right? They basically got Hughes. What's his name? Is it Hughes? What's his name?
Hughes. Yeah.
Hughes, yeah.
Yeah, they got him on the team now, so they're getting ready to try to get enough points to get go on that mission. So
He's on.
That's
the
why I
team,
didn't
but not on
realize
the
it was
team.
even possible to do a 4-stack in this world. Like I've seen teams that were made for 4, but I didn't know it was possible to do 4. Like the whole concept it lost me completely.
Oh, you talking about like as far as the setup for the teams, or
Yeah.
having 4 people in the arena at once, because I wasn't sure about that. I was like, are they going to have 4 in the arena, or are they going to have 3 and just like?
There's no limit. They addressed that. You can have
There's no limit.
But
Because some people only have teams of 2.
yeah,
Some people only have teams of 2, and then of course that one guy who's technically a part of their team but isn't like an active member of their overall team. What's his face? The one-man army guy, the one you can see the future.
Oh, Tacoma, the Tacoma team.
Kajin.
Yeah,
Yeah. But yeah, so watched that's World Trigger, and then I had Last Chance U on my list. I just like that set up for that's probably one of the best sports kind of like documentary, kind of like.
actually like that.
Hey, I just noticed you got the Xbox headsets.
Oh yeah. Got that.
I'm kind of jealous.
I picked them up today. I actually bought them. I pre-ordered them, but
Do they work with your thingy?
This is my so they're connected to the Surface right now. But
I can't believe you running this whole setup off of the Surface.
Hey! That's only until I find the right camera setup, and then the Surface will retire from doing.
Don't listen to him.
Is the Surface a 1080p camera?
Don't ask me
webcam.
Don't ask me these questions live. Ask me these questions before or after. Don't ask me live.
Don't listen to him.
My Surface, because
don't listen to him. This is the same man who's roasting you when you weren't on the stream, man. Don't listen to him.
I roast when he's not on the stream. I expect him to do the same. I would be disappointed if he didn't.
It's for the honor.
Your teammates gave you a gilded shower.
They really did.
Wow.
I'm positive Beast even said the words, and I repeat, the AI is better than AJ. Like, I'm positive. Can someone get a copy of the stream real quick? Can we get an instant replay?
I'm not gonna say I was.
You want instant replays?
Can we get
And I got
instant
about 3
replay?
of them where we smoked y'all asses. How about that?
All right, you know what, guys? We're gonna cut the stream. We're gonna cut the stream early today. Y'all niggas go ahead and get your controllers. We're gonna get your controllers real quick. Yeah, actually, you know what? Me and Beast are gonna go 1v1 real quick.
Who was that?
We're gonna go 1v1.
Xbox
Beast,
turned
meet me on the field.
Which field?
This
Because
nigga
you get
Carl
beat
is
on all
zoned
3
the
of them.
fucking on the Xbox sound.
Look, was that you, Cress?
Nah, that wasn't me that
was
time.
Tech. That
That
was
was
Tech.
Tech.
I was using it to emphasize my point. Anyway, go ahead, AJ.
Let's
Enough
get
of this
to you.
bullshit.
All right,
JK.
it's basketball this time. I feel like they're more explosive than the football players. Like more volatile. Like these guys. I just started it, so I don't know enough about
It
the
ends
show
very
yet.
sad.
Oh, does it? Oh man, I don't want none of that. I'm still
You
gonna
could
watch
be more individualistic on a basketball team than a football team. So I'd imagine if
Yeah.
like you have to buy in to have a chance at any kind of success on a football team.
Right.
You could just be a stud on a basketball team, be a douche to all your teammates, and it's still
And you
work.
still get recruited, and you still get looks. Like it doesn't even matter.
Well, that's definitely what you see immediately. As soon as you watch the first episode, you're like, this guy just quit. He's like, nah, I don't like the way the rest.
And you know what? That dude literally lives like is from where I live now, in Hyattsville.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's crazy though, like watching.
But our
it
area is
first.
really good at we have a bunch of basketball players. Yeah.
Isn't
I
KD
was
from that
actually
area?
skeptical about that.
Yeah.
I saw him at the mall. That motherfucker ridiculously tall. Like I didn't know like humans like that tall could just exist. Like and also be that athletic. Like, it
That's
was the
scary
weirdest
part,
shit.
'cause
Yeah.
When you see a tall person, they're super clumsy, slow. Like
Mhm.
the moment you see one move like you, like with the same spring, and you're like, wait a minute, alien over here?
6'9", right?
He's
No, he's on
6'11".
7 foot.
6'11"?
Yeah.
Oh, his knees hurt.
He's at least 6'10" and a half minimum.
Oh, well, his knees
Crazy.
hurt. Well,
Maybe.
Well,
I don't think
He's really
LeBron's
light.
hurt. I don't think
He's
LeBron's
really light.
hurt.
So
well, if you don't work out
he's
enough, like if you don't work out and strengthen your muscles enough, then yeah. But
that's
I don't
the thing. A lot of people just work off their talent, but these days, the sports science stuff is catching up to people. Everybody's kind of paying attention to it. So you're not going to get a lot of people blowing their knees out like you did back when people was just jumping out of the gym, thought, oh, it's God given, and that's it. Not thinking about keeping their knees fresh. Like I think you're going to be.
They could fix it now.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
You can tear your everything, and they'll just put it back together. And it's like race cars now. They go into like a little pit stop, get zoom, zoom, they come back out next season like Kevin Durant, better than they were last season.
nah, I was skeptical about the show at first because Preston told me about it, and I was like, I don't really want to watch players. Like, I mean, as being a college, like a student athlete, I was like, I don't really want to watch this. And then after I started watching it, started thinking, yep, this is how it was.
You can't. It pulls you in immediately. You can't.
Yeah.
I didn't think I was going to like
really
football because I was like, I don't really care like about JUCO players. Like, not really. Like, unless they're coming to my school. Like, it's like, oh, that guy used to be like. That's the only time I care about JUCO players. But it's just shot well.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then I played Spellbreak. I started playing Spellbreak. It's pretty much Fortnite.
Yo, when I saw that on your What's Good, I was like, is that the same game? Yeah. I wasn't sure like if that's what you were doing, if that's what it was. So how is it? I haven't played. I haven't kept matches in a while.
It's Fortnite with Magic. I like it though. It is Fortnite with Magic. I mean
for better or for worse,
closer to Fortnite. It's literally like I feel like if you just like peel back the like Spellbreak wrapper, you'll see Fortnite underneath. Like it's like, like they just literally like that's the only thing that it is that there's instead
probably
there's
made it unreal.
And yeah, I didn't check the engine. I'll check it next time. But like you have like 4 classes. Wait, no 6. You got wind, fire, poison, lightning, earth, and ice. And so you kind of have to like master these gauntlets that you wear. You get one main gauntlet, which is like the one you start with, and you can pick up a secondary gauntlet like in like a treasure case as you're going through the map trying to get through the battle royale or whatever. And then you have like special moves. You have like a light attack and a heavy attack, and the heavy attack takes longer to respawn back or whatever. And then you have they have different effects, and you can kind of combine certain light attacks and
like you can turn like ice, or like you can like there's a poison gas one, so you can like shoot the poison gas light, and then the poison and then the light ice, and then it's like frozen gas, which kind of creates like a shield almost or blocks an attack.
You can,
which I always thought that was pretty cool. Like the fact that you can kind of combo your abilities. I thought that was really cool.
And that's what I like about it. And if you watch some of these people, like I'm not because they're like there was this one kid. They have like this because you can have like also have like these extra magical abilities that kind of like assist your movement or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And there's this one where you kind of like float up like a feather. And I saw one person just literally rain down devastation on everyone from floating up and just shooting fireballs. And if you combine wind and fire, you can make like a giant fire tornado.
Yep.
Spell combos.
Right, like these spell combos are really dope. Like, and the visuals are fantastic. It's a problem it's slept on so hard.
Yeah. So it was. I mean, it's super fun to me. And then I'm the old wily veteran. I don't got that quick twitch anymore. So I just picked the invisible up. Like there's an invisible spell you can use.
There is
I just stay alive until the very end, sneak out and just kill people, and that's how I win the whole. Like I wait till the last person is there, and I've been hiding behind a rock the whole time, just staying invisible.
No lie, like if they were to do like an MMO type style, or like even like an RPG, take what they built there and move it into something like where you had like raids or like quests you could do on like a team. I think that would be really dope. Like I get the whole battle royale, but if they were to put their spell work with inside like an RPG, that'd be really dope.
Yeah. They're actually doing there's a guy who's writing a Naruto MMO. He's doing it himself. Yes. And you can play the demo and it's kind of similar. It's very similar in that you're just running around and you can do all these like massive attacks and kind of like technique, like combined techniques and stuff like that. It's pretty similar, but I agree with you. That would be much cooler. If, like battle royales are cool to me, but like I like the MMO style a little bit better. It just makes you feel like it kind of gives you a little bit more immersion. But I mean, I really like Spellbreak. I play it. It's kind of like my decompressed game now. Like right after work, I'm like, let me shoot a couple fireballs at some people. Sneak around, and invisibility, and knife somebody. Feels good.
But I didn't expect that. That's cool.
I mean, it's definitely a good game. It's well rounded for sure. It's just not. It has a better player base than Hyperscape, but it's just.
It looks too much like Fortnite though. That's the only problem. It's literally the same art style.
So Unreal it is, huh?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But it's fun, man. I recommend y'all. We should get on there and have like a magic duel and try to kill each other at least once.
How many people can be on the team?
Yeah.
Three on the team. So that lines up perfect with orange and blue.
Yeah. Let me just know when you start playing Halo.
Awesome, man. Carl.
We'll have to get a sub for Carl. Forgot about that.
Carl.
Definitely not.
But it's fun, man.
All right. Who want to go next? All right, I can go. So for me this week, watch Kaizen, of course. And I mean, it's, like AJ already said, it's set up. Definitely looking forward to seeing what happens with this next joint with this whatever the fuck the Silverhair nigga done created. I don't know. I've been hoping that we get to see Fushiguro let loose a little bit. And we haven't yet. Like I feel like they've been teasing that there's something, you know what I'm saying?
They tease it every episode. He gets ready to do something and then they knock him out. Or they
come on.
And everybody's always like, man, that guy's special. But like, really, is he? Or he's like, I feel like they're gonna do that the whole series, and we're never gonna see him do anything awesome.
Dude, I was
everybody's
upset.
like, what was that hand sign he was about to do? And we're like, we don't know. No one knows.
Exactly. I'm like, I'm trying to like, are y'all gonna let it happen this time? We'll see. I don't know, man.
No, don't get your hopes up, man. Ain't breaking my heart.
What is
Not a
that one
third time.
technique called? Black whatever?
Which
With
one?
the elephant?
The one that was it
Black Flash or some shit like that?
Black Flash.
Yeah.
I want to see what his Black Flash looks like.
OP as shit.
I mean, I hope so. We haven't. All we've seen is him with the fucking
Shadow animals or whatever.
Yeah, the summons or whatever.
Yeah.
Because when he did the elephant, I was like, I thought he was about to mess, and then I was like, oh, it's an elephant. I mean, that's cool. I like it. I thought it was cool, but I was expecting a little bit more Flash.
Yeah.
With the way they were talking, I was like, yeah,
like a mastodon or
something.
Yeah.
He just got something tough.
The mastodon.
Man, look, a Megazord would have been better. Like it would. I'm like, oh shoot, they all go together and turn into a giant monster. But
hey,
the panda turned into like a mech. Like I think.
Panda was.
The panda is not a panda. That's
there you go.
The thing.
He's three different. He's a bear.
Panda Janai.
He's a panda. He's a bear, and they never said what the last one was.
No, they didn't. They didn't cover that. So they're going. I guess they're gonna leave that for a surprise for another battle.
Hey man, yeah, they're gonna string us along with that too.
He just said,
again.
Play with our emotions.
Hey man, they're killing me.
The crazy thing was he's like, oh yeah, she's asleep right now. She can't help me, but I'll let my brother take over. And I was like, your brother? And then he just turned to that big ass hulking bit. I was like, oh, your cousin. Okay, got you.
That shit was crazy. That was a good. That was a real good fight.
Yes, sir.
What else I watched? Been watching Married at First Sight. This shit is.
Oh yeah,
crazy shit.
Updates. What we got? Who leaving?
Dog, I don't know if none of this shit gonna work. The one couple, the white girl that asked for somebody, ethnically ambiguous or whatever, they not having like sex for real. Yeah, I think I was telling you about this before. And so like the therapist came, and she was like, so what's up? And the girl was like, I mean, if you're doing everything but the thing, like you're doing the thing, like was like she trying to get to the bottom of it. She's very upset that they're not having sex. This is the same nigga
interesting show.
Very. It's like the interpersonal shit is like, that's the reason why I watch it. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
The way people just approach like relationships and feel about like marriage and shit like that. Because he's never said I love you to anybody ever. Like this nigga's almost 30, and he's like, I've never said I love you to anybody I've dated. And she's like, I mean,
oh well, never mind. Sorry. My bad.
And so she's like, I mean, that might be an issue. No, see the one couple that's like two like like solidly like brown skinned black people are not doing good. Like all this nigga do is like play games. He just
terrible representation of on both fronts.
Dog, it's so bad. Like
now on, whenever we have reality TV shows, we need to have a meeting and be like, look, don't get out there and embarrass us.
Yeah, no.
Don't get out there and embarrass us.
You know these white folks are watching.
It got to be a disclosure agreement.
And will be consequences if you get out there and embarrass us. Just like when
every time a camera's on, if you embarrass us, you are deducted $500.
$5. This
man said $5.
They gotta not be allowed to go to black establishments afterwards. It's like, nah, you can't come in here. Nah, man, you can't come in here. You know what you did. Get out of here.
Right, dude.
Excommunication.
Look, it's not permanent. It's not
Powder,
permanent.
yep.
Exactly.
It's just for a certain amount of time so that they can realize y'all get out here and act like this in front of white people, and then they think that's all of us.
Exactly.
Even now,
It's not
Yeah.
2021, they still think that's all of us.
a
Yeah.
little temporary
You
persona
are
non grata.
excommunicated the amount of time, the length of time you were being a fool. How about that?
Mm-hmm. That's fine with me.
Same.
No.
Now that
So
we've
what-
come to an agreement, we'll move it to the council. Council.
We gotta move
They've
to the
agreed.
black delegation.
Swallow
Need a black
started to talk
delegation.
like 2 months ago, though. So I mean, they really are trying not to go to any good rib joints or any good chicken places. Or
Yeah, it's the
I'm
joint
just
is
talking
8
about
weeks.
right.
Yeah.
So they're gonna have to eat some bland food for 2 months right now.
Long time.
To another country.
You said go to it. Nah, shit.
That's true. If you can travel during these COVID times,
There's people in other countries that can cook. It's
I
just in
mean,
America.
but where they gonna go?
Shit.
like
You go to Paris.
We're trying to prove a point, not kill them. They don't need to travel. They just need to go eat some dry goddamn potato salad from across the street. No,
right,
Some
or
food cross.
You better find some authentic Italians or some shit.
something that's
yeah, so you can be in the bathroom for a week.
Well, damn.
Bruh.
Well, that's just me.
But,
Cheese
yeah,
fucks me
this-
up hard.
Gotta keep that lactase on
Yeah.
them.
Let's
Yeah,
be
man.
clear. Not everybody can't cook from. It's not everybody can't cook from who are white or whatever. It's every.
Hi, I'm part white, and I'd like to say, the half of me cannot cook to save their fucking lives. So there's that.
Well,
Hey,
see, now
man,
you prove my point wrong.
JK, but you don't have the experience. You can. He's got the experience, and he says half of
He
him
said
can't
it.
cook. Yeah, not
All
us.
right, so the one nigga, I don't
Now
know.
baking, that's a different story. My grandmother can bake a pie that and send you on to heaven. Like,
Yeah, I can't bake for shit, but I can cook.
yeah, I get best of both worlds.
Y'all are falling right into stereotypes right now. So one of us better not be able to cook. You better be able to bake.
Bruh.
0.0%, 0.001% right here. Okay.
This nigga. So, I don't know. That nigga, that's the one whose ex-fiance is pregnant. He just bought, I don't know. He sat down
With
talking
his
about he
baby?
wanted to reset. Yeah, so he married, but he was shortly, or I guess during the time when he was maybe waiting to hear back. I don't know exactly how the process works, but I know it takes some time. But like, so 6 weeks before he was married, he was like fucking his ex, and so she's pregnant, and he found that out while they were on the honeymoon, and it's just been wild ever fucking since. At one point he was like, I want to be with her. I don't want to raise, I don't want nobody else raising my kid. I don't want to raise my kid in 2 different homes, whatever. After, like, it's just crazy. Like, supposedly they're both really religious, and he was like, well, we made this covenant before God, and I haven't been a man of God so far. But then, like, in the next episode, talking about, well, I want to be with her. I'm still in love with her, whatever. It's
Is he a Mormon?
yeah. Nah, I mean, yeah,
I smell bullshit.
very
Good
much.
Sounds like
TV
somebody
ratings,
try to
though.
double dip in the
Absolutely.
cookie jar.
Look,
Just bought her a brand new Benz. So
Brand new Benz. Where you
yeah,
working
Good
at?
TV rating.
he owned like a
People
Subway
have-
or some shit, and he was like, "I'm about to bring a king or a queen into this world. They need a chariot." I'm just like, dog. Oh my god.
It's
Well,
just a
damn.
black dude.
look,
Yeah, this.
people have a lot of beliefs, and people question those beliefs when Tang gets involved.
Mhm.
And
It's the ultimate
Uh,
challenger.
yeah, like you really want to rethink your whole worldview sometimes
Whole
Yo,
existence.
if you get the right situation going.
Facts. Man speaks
Bruh.
nothing
It's
but truth.
unfortunate. It's unfortunate because it
no.
can be confusing.
Like I said, it could be. All right, so I watched some World Trigger. That math shit. I don't know if none of them gonna make it. Honestly, The girl that's drinking all the time has some kind of liberal views, and the nigga is a straight up like he was probably down at the Capitol on the 6th. Like he didn't say that, but like he been dancing around it this whole time. And then the other white couple, the girl don't like this nigga. She don't like him, but she don't want to say that. And so like every time she go on camera, she like, oh, I'm trying so hard, and it's like, but you're not, like you're not doing anything.
They can get like this, like they're married, right? But like they can
they can get divorced.
Isn't this interesting though? But doesn't it like mean like their assets have to be split? Like, what's the contract like? Is this just like serious dating, or like
it's probably more like
is this like legit
serious dating /
It depends on the state, right? So some states, if you get an annulment prior to a certain period of time, you get an annulment.
Yeah.
That happens.
Well, no, they're gonna get like divorced. They used to do the annulment thing, but people were complaining, talking about y'all making a mockery of marriage, whatever. So now they make everybody get like a divorce. But I think that it depends on the state, and then it depends on what they came into the marriage. Like if you made money while you were married, then that might be y'all's money, depending on the laws of your state.
Yeah.
But the stuff you came in with before, that's all still yours.
And the whole show offering.
You're incentivized to blow your money before you get married, right? Like, screw up your credit.
It's a clause.
Screw up your credit.
So Creston, go ahead and buy all the consoles you want, my dude. Because
I got
when you walk down the aisle.
My God!
Get that 100-inch
But he
OLED.
does buy all the consoles he wants. The man had an S and an X at the same. He got them both.
This is facts.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you even use the S?
I do. I use it a lot.
He wants the S next to his X just so it has company. He was just like, I don't want my X to be lonely.
I have an S in my office.
See, that's why I want to ask. I'm about to get one too, so I can keep it
Preston,
up
I love how you, complete side note, I'm going to go back to Swap. I love how like you posted the whole XS available on Walmart, and the moment I hit the link, out of stock. Like, I just want to say a big old...
You should have told me. I could have, I had it in my cart.
Did you really?
Yeah.
All right, next time, man, you just might have to go ahead and push that trigger, and I'll cash app you afterwards. Like,
all right.
Yeah, you're always
that's just ridiculous.
See, y'all.
Tweet that.
This man got me a PS5. He's like, hey man, I got a PS5. You want one?
He got a web crawler out there or something. That's what it is.
Who, Gresson?
It's called Tweet That.
Building bots in his spare time and shit.
Exactly. Go ahead, Swap.
I got about a month. I'm gonna need your help. Yes.
All right, let me know. Keep me posted.
All of you already have X's?
Yeah.
No, not Carl.
No, Carl got the one.
I gotta get the house. I gotta get the house first, and then think about that.
Start that LLC.
Yeah.
So I just want to say this real quick, Suave, to Creston. Now that you are engaged, be on your P's and Q's when it comes to your systems, because she already said out loud that you mess up, she may just jack you one time and just sell them bitches. Okay.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
Kensington Locks.
Listen, I get that same threat all the time.
She'll be evicted.
Straight evicted.
Bruh. Yeah.
Excuse me, you see these non-existent
Can you stop trying to sow mischief and dissent?
Discord.
Yes. Yeah. Discord on Discord.
Yep.
Right.
Discord on Discord.
Yep.
All right, moving on.
And then the Dominican and the black woman, they might make it. They've been close and they've been building their. You said what?
You mean Tech? The Dominican.
You stupid as shit. No, that's.
Listen, I wish I was.
That's another show, right? That's 90 Day.
No, that's this is Married at First Sight. This is season 12. They back in
the show that you said that looked like me.
Yeah. That's Maths.
I died laughing.
Tech was like, I'm not going to do anything else for my health. I'm just going to. He's like, I don't want food. He's like, I just want food. I don't want nothing else. Tech completely let himself go. I could see the resemblance.
Yeah.
A little.
That can't happen. My wife told me she'd leave me.
Damn. Well.
Well.
All right. You got motivation right there.
You gotta have your standards.
Exactly.
I told her I'd leave her
watching...
too, to be honest.
Oh shit. Well,
Nah.
Better for worse, huh? Who cares about
Better
that?
for worse. Nah, we rewrote it.
yeah.
It's for better unless you get worse, and then I'm out.
Exactly.
Like this is
Exactly.
the bar is right here. You fall under that.
It's only a one-way street too. It's only on you, not for her.
Mm-mm.
Bruh.
That's it. No interruptions.
Been watching World Trigger, trying to catch up so I can watch season 2. I don't know how y'all went straight to season 2. Like I don't remember none of this fucking shit that happened.
You don't
No,
remember
I watched
anything?
it. I didn't go straight to season 2.
We
I
binged.
watched all of season 1.
I got you.
Straight to season 2.
in like 4 days.
Well, no, AJ and Carl were brought on because of me.
I don't.
Lie.
I mean, I remember the premise, but I don't
I
remember.
retroactively brought everybody on the World Trigger. You guys know that.
Yeah. Of course.
Don't you fucking bear. I swear. But
So trying to get through season 1 so I can it's like I wasn't even sure they were gonna do a season 2. Like it been so fucking long.
so long, years.
But I'm excited. I'm sound like some good shit happening. Played some Katana Zero for DCGG's game club. It's interesting. It's not what I was expecting when I started it. I don't know if I'm gonna finish it, but I've been having a good time so far, and I definitely want to play some more. I've been playing Rocket League for Arcade Night over at DCGG.
This man getting practice in. This is against
hardly.
You're the last
flag on the field. Flag on the field.
Yeah,
and I will say, last person. You're the last person who can talk about practice.
Hey, no bullshit.
I say Suave's not allowed to touch his controller for the first half of the game.
Whoa.
Once it hits
Buy
3.
assets.
I say maybe you just need to shut the fuck up.
Flag on.
How about
No one
that?
fucking asked you, mate.
How about that? Shut the fuck up and play your damn game. Stay your
Listen,
lane.
I can't even stand the fact that our square is so close together right now on the stream. Like I'd rather, it's making this side of my skin
crawl. Rub off on you this tonight so you do better.
Damn. So I've been
actually you're over here. Hold on.
That's
this.
A lot of hostility.
Absolutely. I mean, it's not a lot of tips. He was like, you can flip in the air without using your boost. If you use left trigger. And then like if you don't use the trigger, the control is just horizontal. And that's kind of it. We just been trying to figure it out. And the Outriders demo was replaying that on the Series X because I'm not about to pay for that shit on PC. They wild.
Game Pass.
So has it been? Have they clarified? So like, if anyone who had pre-ordered it, especially on Xbox, like, did that article specify like any refund possibilities?
Ooh, that's a good question.
That is a good question.
Because I was getting ready to pre-order
technically,
it, like literally this week, and then before I saw that news. So,
well, they may just charge you for the content instead, not charge for the full game.
Oh, like they have some extra shit for the pre-order.
Oh, the DLC.
Like they have pre-order shit for it.
Ah, I got you. Okay. Yeah, I mean that would be the smart thing to do.
Yeah, because they charge like $10 for the pre-order shit, $5. That's not bad. I'd rather do that. Now
it's coming to the Game Pass day.
On release day, day one.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm about to be burning motherfuckers.
Their player base on Xbox definitely is gonna be heavy.
Absolutely.
So I think that's fantastic.
How does that taste?
Pre-orders. I mean, hey,
that's not a bad thing.
People make money from PlayStation and PC.
Yeah.
But
even more reason for PlayStation, to make
PC,
something like Game Pass. To be honest,
what'd you say, Carl?
Oh, yeah, it's good that they have it. It's great. Get a little taste.
So, Carl, are you gonna try Outriders?
Yeah, probably not. But the point is,
it's literally it has the same feel as Halo. I kid you not.
It doesn't.
AJ, nobody asked you. It's free, Carl. It's on Game Pass. Listen, we're gonna play it for Blerdimension one night.
Probably have to I probably have to delete something. And what do you suggest catches the L there? It's not gonna be Halo. It's not gonna be Rocket League. Probably won't even be Soul Calibur. So now I have to think about it.
Soul Calibur got the L a while ago for my station.
You know, and so
we know why you did that.
Damn.
Because I needed space for Halo, obviously.
Yeah.
Once I get a series,
ain't nobody scared of you, AJ.
Look, man.
You gotta get an external.
Actions say otherwise.
Dang.
So that's it for me this week. What's who wanna go next? Chris or JK?
I can go ahead.
Right,
so yeah, I also was watching Last Chance U. That is something that I did binge. I finished that in one night.
Instead of WandaVision.
Are we on 4?
I mean,
yeah, right.
Last Chance U is it's an event, man. I love this show.
This nigga.
Yeah, it was
question. Your nerdhood.
Just because I don't watch WandaVision. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
I can watch it whenever.
That's a lie. Go ahead.
I mean, you know. But yeah, Last Chance U. I really I enjoyed it. It really is super sad at the end how the way it ends. So, but it makes sense why it ends, of course. Or how it ends. And yeah, I mean, the one dude that's from the area is fucking acting out. I'm like, dog, you can't be representing us like this, man. So, and then his story is crazy too because you know, he was highly recruited and he was playing with, you know, he's playing kind of close to the KD era. Well, not close to it, but he was playing on like all those super teams that had like KD and
You're talking about those like AAU teams?
Yeah, it was like was it Oak Hill Academy or some shit like that?
I don't even remember. I just know
it was number one in the country.
All
number
of them
2
play
in the
each
country.
other.
Yeah. And so he went to college, blew out his knees, fucking got depressed, got arrested, just all sorts of shit. And then, you know, that's how he ended up back in JUCO. And he's trying to redeem himself. But the man just got he needs some therapy. Like he has some serious like anger issues and it's very he definitely needs some help. So I hope like the dude, like the coach, like he really cares about him. He's really trying to, you know, help him like as a man, just, you know, not even on some basketball shit, but just like yo, I got you, but just like do the minimum and I got you. And it's like it's like a tug of war. So but yeah, it's unfortunate, but yeah, all the other characters on there is everybody got their own story as that like how they ended up back in, you know, junior, you know, JUCO and shit like that. So I highly recommend it. I also started putting some more hours into Spider-Man Ultimate finally getting in the groove of that. Really enjoying it. Damn, that game is fucking beautiful. Like especially on the PS5. I'm glad I waited. I'm so glad I waited for Ghost of Tsushima and this to play it on PS5 because man, that game is so fucking beautiful and it's just so smooth. Super enjoying that. So I got about maybe 3 to 4 hours in.
You're playing the first one, right?
Yeah, playing the first one. Then I'm gonna go to do Miles Morales. Yeah,
I'm gonna buy that this weekend.
Yeah. Also been playing Wreckfest. If you ever played like Demolition Derby back in the PS1 days, this is basically that. And it's funny because like there's like this stuff actually exists in real life where it's just like races where the whole objective is to wreck everybody. And so I'm just like, yo, like these people must have like the worst fucking cases of what was that, CTE and shit.
Oh yeah.
Like I like I'm sure their careers last like 6 months.
Yeah.
But
this man over here driving a tractor trailer and shit. I saw you streaming it. I was like, this motherfucker over here in 16 plays driving a damn tractor trailer.
And running head on in the traffic and trying to wreck some people.
No damn sense.
The other thing is I finally finished Ninja Gaiden 2. That was really fun. It has a lot of old like game design elements that made things super frustrating. It really does make you appreciate how far games have come since that, because that game came out in 2008. So
Damn, did it?
So playing that and then seeing like where action adventure games are now, you really start appreciating like little minor stuff. Like if like for instance, like if a boss is big as shit, you're like, okay, so I think I can block that, and then you block it, and then you get fucked up, But in modern games, like there's some sort of indicator to say like, this is unblockable, so you better like just dodge, shit like that, where you really kind of appreciate in game design right now. Of course, we've been playing Outriders. Game Pass is killing it. I mean, come on
Killing
now,
it.
you can't debate that shit anymore, man. Like it's
Nope.
a good fucking deal. There's a variety of games on there for every type of gamer. So I don't know,
How long
Maurice is
till
calling
Sony
for you.
capitulates? They're gonna have to do something. They're gonna have to have a similar service, I think.
Who PlayStation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
they
they're kind of they're doing like little like they PlayStation released that little thing where they're gonna release like 12 games for free up until like April or some shit like that. So they're kind of toying around with it.
Right. That's probably a test to see if there are people who buy
Yeah,
into that kind of service.
They're gonna do it.
yeah. I mean, PlayStation
Yeah,
Now
probably.
is there. It's it's basically that, but they just need to um add more games, I guess, to it.
I thought
But they got
PlayStation
pretty
Plus
decent games on there, huh?
I thought PlayStation Plus was more of Game Pass.
Nah, PS Now is. I mean, PS Now it started off as like the basically Stadia PlayStation version, but like they started allowing people to actually download games now. So it's basically like Game Pass. But they just don't put as much as investment into it because they don't really need to right now because people are still on nuts about PlayStation. So everybody is still willing to pay $70 for games. So
Yeah.
until people kind of wake up and be like, you know what, I'm switching over to Game Pass. And then of course you all saw me getting fucked up in Doom Eternal a few minutes ago. So that's pretty much it.
Yep.
Cool.
Cool.
All right. I'll go real quick.
Oh, go ahead. Do your thing.
Let's see. So, of course, pretty much all the anime we already talked about: Jujutsu Kaisen, Black Clover, World Trigger.
Black Clover ends March 30th, y'all.
Why you say some shit?
Don't say it.
Why you say it? Why? Demon Slayer movie coming out.
Yeah.
April 22nd in the theaters. So I'm going to go
who's
watch.
going into the theaters?
I'm not dying for that.
Well, he's vaccinated, so he's a mutant now.
He's a mutant.
Technically, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they definitely, changed your DNA.
So how'd you jump the line? Just because you got a little federal credential? Don't mean nothing. Wait your turn, homeboy. Ridiculous.
I am technically essential.
It's a perk to be a G-man.
Emphasis on the technical. Unbelievable.
Dang, Carl, that's a lot of hate coming from over there, man.
People jump in the line, and
Look, think of it this way: I got one of the first ones from Pfizer, and
there are ways.
You got the Pfizer too, baby. The blue. Come on.
It's not all perked up as it seems, man.
Look,
I was out for days.
Moderna. You got Pfizer.
Yeah, because your mutant transformation hadn't been finished.
Well, I was out for.
You were in your cocoon state.
So you got both
after I
doses
took it, my body literally started hurting. I was like, "Oh, this is not."
Yeah, because they hijacked your body to build proteins so your white blood cells could get practice. So it's like they basically hijacked your cells, made your cells spit out these proteins so that your white blood cells can get a little bit. Yeah, exactly. It was a scrimmage, right?
You got green light.
And then they told me like, oh well, just so y'all know, you still gotta wear masks and stuff because they don't know how long this vaccine is gonna last. I was like, what?
Well, you gotta do it till
Listen,
everybody
I'm wearing
else.
a mask for the rest of just a permanent face decoration now.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Like, I go
a mask is no different from a jacket.
Yep.
I should have been wearing that shit all along. I cringe thinking about how
for your beard. Like like the long ones that covers your beard. I'm about to get one of them shits.
They have one of those.
Yeah.
Hey, send me a link when you find that.
It's actually, I think it's actually a black company that made it too. So
masks with the no pants is the move now. Agreed. That's a shirt. We got merch coming.
So you're fully vaccinated? You got both, JK?
What?
Both doses already?
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom got the first one, and she was whole arm was just hurt.
He can block bullets with his skin. He's just out there, just in the streets.
Look, he got green light.
So I told all my coworkers like, okay, look, after this second one, if you don't see me anymore, I got superpowers, and I ain't coming back.
Hey man, like Murray said, you got infected with 5G. That's what happened. Now they're gonna be able to control you when they put all them 5G units up all over the place.
Well,
you got nanites in there right now waiting there. You're a Manchurian or what is it, Manchurian candidate or whatever it is.
Well, then you better watch out. Y'all gonna be the first one gone.
Nah, you don't get to pick who you kill. They're gonna turn you on and send you after somebody. I'm not important.
You the one over here spouting conspiracies. You're gonna be the first one gone.
No, they keep the conspiracy theorists around because if you kill the conspiracy theorists, people start to think maybe he was right.
Maybe he was right. Yeah.
They keep around. This is the best armor I could possibly have is spouting conspiracy theories because they like.
I knew it was the 5G all along. See, I knew it.
But both shots weren't bad. First one, it took me out a little bit, and then the second one, I had I was pretty much tired, and I had muscle aches around my body, and a slight headache, and that's it. Some people, it just had like fevers, chills, and all that shit. So well, it's like you're about to die.
I need to research like which one, what's the differences between the two?
Yeah. Now they got
Johnson and Johnson. It's like that's a one hitter quitter. That seems compelling, but I don't know if like that's the move.
It could hit you all at once.
It's the least effective one too.
Baby oil.
It's
just baby oil.
I'm just gonna have shiny skin.
Do you say it's just baby oil? I'm done again.
I'm just gonna be shining.
That's the new vaccine right there. Be well moisturized.
You never have to put lotion on again in your life.
Listen, if that was a vaccine, I'd take that shit. If I never have put lotion on again in my life, hydrated.
So you're just gonna be oily for the rest of your life.
Touch to me, I'd take it. Shoot me up. I don't even no.
Shoot me up, bro.
No, I need somebody to make that right now.
First off, man, it's already hard for you to see Ashton that's on you, so
nigga, you a lie. I'm sorry, you a lie. I apologize to you. I wish it was hard to see. I wish.
Black ice. It's like you can't see it. You don't see it till you slip on it. And then it's there. But
nah, I use ashy.
Oh shit. But nah. So yeah, so I definitely can't wait for that. Mortal Kombat next month.
It's next week? Oh,
next month.
You almost got me super excited then.
Falcon
Winter Shoulder tomorrow. They got another movie coming out on 30. Oh, Godzilla vs. Kong.
Oh yeah, 31st, right? Yeah.
So I got a good lineup of movies coming, so I can't wait for those. Been watching my Thailand show, Let's Fight Ghosts. It's been getting good. It's been good.
Is that like a drama, one of those like action dramas?
Yeah, it's like an action,
like the Korean
drama.
Action dramas and stuff like that, but it's from Thailand.
Yeah, it's about a young college student who can see ghosts and exorcises them, and he runs into this ghost, this female, this college student Ghost who doesn't know how she died, doesn't know who she is, doesn't know her family, doesn't know like pretty much amnesia, and so she's trying to figure out who she is, and he's helping her, but he doesn't like Ghost, and he doesn't want to be bothered. So it's an interesting premise.
Wonder if I'm dead, would I try that hard to figure all that stuff out? Like, because then you find out you were actually a loser, and everybody's just moved on without not giving you a second thought. Like,
you can't move on. The whole trope is you can't move on till you find out. It's not about.
Here's the thing, though.
I get it.
It's not only
deal with that. Is what I'm saying.
So it's not only
forever. You're never gonna leave because you're never gonna confront who you were. You're gonna just stay in that same spot.
It's really that. Okay. So the interesting thing about it, because from what I'm learning about the show, is that in Thailand culture, the family, they serve up food to the dead, alcohol, drinks, clothing, stuff like that. They actually burn clothes to give to the goat, to their ancestors and stuff like that. So without her knowing her family, who she is and stuff like that, they can't send her food, they can't give her praise, can't give her anything. So like through him, she is getting fed a little bit, getting new clothes and stuff like that, because they kind of find an attraction to each other. So it's interesting because with the the whole drama part. Say one time.
Is there thievery in the spirit realm? Like if she just walks up on a family and they're burning stuff, can she just snatch that before it gets to?
No, so they have to pray to her, and actually be offering her this gift. So yeah, she can't just walk into a family and just take it. They have to actually burn it and
multi-factor off
to her.
Got it.
Yeah.
Multi-factor off.
Multi-factor authentication. I'm done. But no, so it's an interesting story, and also I learned a little bit about the culture too. So it's very very cool about that. Let's see. Also, been watching my Netflix shows. I gotta catch up on Rugal. Rugal's pretty interesting. It's about a guy who pretty much gets his eyes cut out, and his wife gets murdered. And he wants revenge on the mob boss that did it.
So, okay. The way you started that, I was like,
he basically he gets his eyes cut out and gets bionic eyes and becomes a part of this group of ex-police who were either killed or hurt, or not killed, but like hurt severely. So like some of them have, not really. So he has bionic eyes. Some have bionic legs. Some have bionic arms.
That's what I meant. They're all cyborgs.
Pretty much, and they all get bionic parts based on their injuries. So with him, he had both of his eyes pretty much cut out. So they replace his eyes, and
I hate when this happens.
Yeah.
Where you got an idea just like that. Now it's like, man, now if I ever write anything like that, now it's like, oh yeah, you stole that idea. Remember when JK told you about it? It's like I literally just like that.
But no, it's actually, if you check them on Netflix, they actually got some good Korean, Chinese, and Asian stories and movies and stuff like that. Actually pretty good. Let's see what else. Games been playing, of course. Outriders. Can't wait for that. Warzone, been playing that. Ghosts. Curse of the Dead Gods, which is actually pretty fun.
Yeah, it looks fun.
It's kind of like Hades. Actually, it's pretty much Hades. What else I've been playing? I tried playing Prey. I only played it for like 30 minutes. It reminded me of BioShock.
Are you gonna keep playing it? I don't. It's apparently it's. I mean, it's very It's not a. I don't know. It's very slow at times. I think
it's slow. It is very slow. Like that's why I had to cut off after 30 minutes. I was like, okay, it's getting kind of slow. But so yeah, so those games, and then a bunch of games are coming out like Returnal. Can't wait for that.
Yes.
They had this other game called Hired Gun that I saw on PlayStation. PS5 is coming out in June.
Oh, is that joint that look kind of like Rage and Doom?
Yes.
Yeah, that shit looks tight.
Yeah.
What's it called? Hired Gun? Okay.
Hired Gun. Necro something Hired Gun. I know that for sure.
Necrophilia? It's like, nah.
This motherfucker.
Why? Just why? Why are you like?
Never cease to amaze me. But yeah.
Why are you like this? Who hurt you?
I just spit on swatter. Oh man. Also watched, of course, Last Chance U. Finally watched Coming to America. That shit was actually pretty good. I liked it. I liked it. It had a very typical predictable plot, but it was still good in my opinion.
It was meant for a laugh, and it did that.
Yeah, it was like a warm blanket. It's comfort food.
Yes.
And it was literally like my wife and I, we just cuddled up, had some popcorn, drank a whole bottle of wine. We laughed,
Yeah,
Yeah,
perfect.
my
There
ass
was
off.
wine involved when we watched it too.
Yeah,
Yeah. Wine shouldn't be involved for almost all tasks that you do,
yeah.
personally.
I was laughing my ass off at the end when it's like, "Oh, we got a very special guest. Oh, is it Kendrick Lamar? Is it J. Cole? No, somebody better. Somebody better."
Sexual chocolate.
Oh my god, it's gonna be sexual chocolate.
You know it.
Oh. And all the people from Detroit just fall like, "Oh, Lord." He's like, "It's my cousin." I was like, "Lord have mercy." I was like, the band was good. It was just sexual chocolate. It was just stole the show. And then Wesley Snipes, boy, that man right there stole the show. Stole the show. I didn't. First off, his Tiana Taylor. I did not. I had to look twice. I was like, "Is that her?" And I was like, "Yeah, it is." I had to look twice for a second, but nah, that movie was.
Y'all know technically, probably would have been a fun little content thing. We can watch that. Like we can stream that on Twitch because it's a Prime joint.
Yeah,
that's true.
You can stream the whole thing on Twitch and do like a little watch party thing. I was thinking about doing that for that new cartoon, The Invincibles. I'm not sure how many of y'all have watched that.
We gotta do that tech.
Yeah.
That's another one I
I'm
want to
not
watch.
sure how you read the comic book, but comic book is fantastic.
bit.
Yeah,
I read a bit.
like stream the first episode.
I've been watching. I read the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Last Ronin.
Ooh, so good.
It's getting good. It's
So
getting
good.
good.
I want to take out like the whole comics. Like I want to take out every page of that comic and then just put it on my wall. Like they showed out on the art style. Just the writing is fantastic.
Yeah.
Just everything has been great.
It's a very good. It's a very good comic to show. Not only is it showing the future of like their family and stuff, but also it gives you like it makes you wonder like, okay, how did they get to this point? Like what battle made them like get to this point or whatever. So yeah, and then of course I may watch Justice League, I'm not sure. I don't know yet. I don't know if I want to spend 4 hours watching that movie.
I don't. I'm not.
I barely wanted to watch Justice League. I didn't want to watch the clips of them fighting Steppenwolf, but that's about it. And I think that's it as far as media. Yeah. I think I took up enough time anyway, so.
Carl or JD? Y'all wanna?
Carl can go.
Sure. So I caught up on Jiu-Jitsu and World Trigger. I haven't watched this week's Black Clover yet because this week got a little crazy with the house hunt. I'm in South Florida, most ridiculous housing market right now in the country, and that's not awesome. So that's been a little stressful. Like houses come up on the market, and later that day they're not on the market anymore.
Gone.
You pretty much have to make an offer just to be able to see the house. That's what it's like turning into now. So yeah, so hopefully that comes to an end soon. I'm over it. I'm all the way over it. So but yeah, so caught up on Jujutsu, like I said. Well, Trigger, people talked about that already. Yeah, Black Clover will be the next thing I watch, and I don't even know what else is out there, but that's about it for me.
Cool. What's good with you this week, JD?
For me, of course, every anime we mentioned. I guess one of the ones we haven't, Netflix original, Be the Beginning, dropped season 2 after 3 years. Not sure how many of you have watched that. It's kind of like a mystery slash action anime. I guess would be the best way to put that. Overall premise: it follows this guy who is, at first you think he's like a serial killer. He's only killing bad guys, but it goes into like this fantasy type, like sci-fi ish. And then you have this like super smart detective who's basically trying to figure out the whole thing. So basically, imagine like if you're a detective who starts figuring out that magic actually exists in the world, and that's like the general premise of this. And then you kind of have to track down like what that means when someone who's a serial killer has magic. And so it's all in all, it's a good watch. I watched it like about two years ago or so. I loved it. Season 2 is okay. I'm glad they had a season 2 because definitely in season 1 left a lot of questions unanswered. So I'm enjoying it. About to finish probably the last episode tomorrow. Outside of that, picked up finishing season 3 of Log Horizon, which is actually fantastic. And again, if you have not watched Log Horizon, it's a fantastic anime. I'm just a big fan of MMOs, as everyone knows. So it's Sword Art Online done right. And season 3 is fucking fantastic. Like I've loved it. What else? Slime is getting ridiculous. All hail the new Demon King. I'm absolutely it's just fantastic. I mean, I always love when your OP MCs go like berserk, but for this one, just like how calm he normally is, and like how much the anime is more like a world building anime than it is like an action anime. Just seeing him being like kind of pushed to that point where like the little switch in his head that goes, I don't want to kill humans to I'm gonna murder all you motherfuckers. It's just I love seeing that. I just personally I love seeing the character go from I'm trying not to kill you guys, I'm trying to be peaceful, to okay, you killed half of my nation, I'm going to murder every single one of you. And I love it. It was fantastic. And that's
I
it.
feel like, you're here for the killing humans regardless, but
I am. I'm here for mass murder in general, within side of stories and video games, not in real life.
right.
I'd like to avoid that at all
You
costs.
recording this, right, JK?
Listen, you will not see this mug on no TV.
Oh shit! All right. So we about to talk about a little bit of news. A little bit. So I think we talked about this.
Oh, and R.I.P. Black Clover, because March 30th.
Man, I don't understand. Like the shit is finally getting really, really good, and y'all are like, nah, that's it. It's dead. That's over. Why?
No idea. That last fight with Asta and Yami, I showed it in our anime chat on Discord. If you're in there, if you're not, I'll drop a link in a second. But it's just beautiful. Like it's just their animation game. It's so fantastic, and I think it's just because like season 1 was so like the beginning of it was so hard for people to get into, and now you're here at this end of the season and the storyline. The storyline's just fantastic. And the animation, the team definitely stepped up, and it's sad. Like now they're about to get cut off at the knees. But I mean, hey, it was a good run. I felt like it brought an original storyline to what felt like a really played out genre. And I mean, hey, I enjoyed the fights. And this last one was beautiful. It was really heart touching. Like you can kind of see like the connection that Asta and Yami have developed
Oyami has kind of stepped in as like a pseudo father figure to Asta. So it was really cool.
Oh man, yeah. Well, rip Black Clover, you know.
Yeah.
But I guess so. Going into the news, Netflix is, I don't know, they're about to try and limit password sharing. And I think we might have touched on this in a conversation previously. So for their terms of service, the shit is like, you can't share with people outside your household, right? But like, how
How
do
are they
they
gonna control that?
exactly like? Okay, so you got a laptop, you got a phone. Like everybody got a laptop and a phone. Like, how are you gonna say, because you connected over here, like this is not, a legit stream, but like this one, and it's, I don't know, I'm not sure. They might go to Spotify route, which would be super fucking annoying. Spotify's thing is like people who live in your house, and so that
But
I
then
mean,
how would it work when you're out and about and you're on a different IP address? How do they do that?
I don't, dude. Spotify, I don't. They don't say how they verify it. They just like when you sign up, y'all have to use the same address, and like nobody can change their address. You have to close your account, make a new account.
So annoying.
What?
See, the only way they're doing that,
Extremely.
the only way
It's
they're
just-
doing that is if
It's bad PR. Like you're in the middle of a streaming war right now. Like why would you like give any reason to like jump platforms right now? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I don't
Like
HBO
understand.
Max is coming hard with all the movies. You
Yo.
have Disney Plus hitting with their series. It's
Yeah.
like
I
It's
mean,
tense
Disney Plus
right
is
now.
just kind of starting into the game, to be fair. But I mean, yes, their series definitely
But-
do
but
have
their
people signing
content-
up.
They got hits
their
though.
content
Like,
Exactly.
is hitting.
yeah, they've got this whole year. They got hits lined up.
I also heard they got the rights to Punisher and Jessica Jones back.
Yeah, they did.
Really?
Yeah, from
Right.
Netflix. Yep.
So and they didn't care. They really didn't care about Luke Cage. That was a diversity hire, and they didn't like. So,
Mm.
and Luke Cage he's gonna be in Jessica Jones, so they still get to keep the character. So it's like they're Netflix they do kind of need to watch themselves, because Disney is they don't just do cartoons anymore, right? Like people still keep thinking of Disney, like they keep seeing Mickey Mouse for some reason, but it's like, nah, the Marvel universe is probably the biggest thing that they do, and then Star
It is.
Wars is number 2.
Yeah.
Like
That and Star Wars.
yeah, and they can.
Mickey Mouse needs to get fired. Tony Stark needs to be put up as the
No,
as the new
Mickey
symbol
Mouse
of
is
Disney.
Mickey Mouse is now an executive. He doesn't have to come out and dance for the man anymore. Mickey Mouse is the man.
That man is retired.
He said he is the
Yeah.
You see
man.
Mickey Mouse just spinning in the chair in the big ass corner office,
Absolutely.
pile of blow in front of him.
You know, that'd
Yeah.
been a great episode. That'd been a great episode in Boondocks. It
Y'all
would just
stupid shit. So did we talk about I think we talked about the Capcom
Damn,
breach.
Pluto, this stuff is amazing.
I'm sorry.
Bruh.
I had to get it
Yo,
out.
somebody get this man. Yo.
Wow.
Goofy, you try this?
Dang.
Oh my
Where the
God.
fuck is Minnie Mouse? Get over here, honey. I'm done. Go ahead, continue.
Real help. Hey,
So-
so we talked about the Capcom breach a while back, like when it first happened, which was a couple weeks ago. But apparently Capcom had people coming in the office, even though like they had COVID restrictions and all type of shit. They made people come in the office and work. And
You gotta
like
ship Resident Evil 8.
you said they got a ship already. Shit, they gonna make it. They gonna make it in real life, having motherfuckers
I
come
know
in there.
that I'm saying they gonna be they literally umbrella right now.
And I'm just like, how does
there's
that?
that
How
shit
does?
company with Umbrella Corporation as their name and the symbol in a country. I'm just not gonna say where.
Like we when we talked about security before, like I feel like one of the things y'all said is one of the major entry points is like pissed off employees. Like, how the
Oh,
fuck?
big time.
100%.
Yeah.
Like, how does this help your situation?
Yeah, exactly. If anything, this would be like they should double down on taking care of them, but that
Mhm.
that doesn't, that
That's
Yeah,
the
companies
that's the
don't
thing
fuck with
though.
that
When
type
it
of
comes to
shit.
companies,
yeah.
when it comes to big companies like that, they don't care about the worker
No.
bees. They just care about the profit that the worker bees are getting or giving
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
So like at the end of the day, like if you fuck over the wrong person, they turn to the Joker and want to burn that bitch down by stealing everything. That's how CD Projekt Red, same shit. That's probably how the shit got leaked in the first place. So
Yeah.
like that's the thing though. Like that's the one thing that we learned in security is that the biggest breaches are people who got fucked over and want to and want to mess things up. People just
Ever since Snowden, people are more like the media themselves, and then just people in general are more accessible, more welcoming of I'm losing the word. What's the word?
and stuff like that.
People who give insider information. What is the word?
Whistleblowers.
Inside
Whistleblowers.
trading.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, whistleblowers. Yeah, people are more welcoming. Whistleblowers are now heroes. So it's just like, and heroes who can cut checks on the side. Like yeah, sure, I'll give you an inside scoop. Give me $20,000 and I'll tell you whatever the hell you want. Like, I'll get you the data and everything. It's just it's more common now.
You don't have that non-disclosure agreement, just like
I
Kanye.
can't be working after that.
Say
What you
again.
say, Carl?
I need a few more zeros, man.
I mean, yeah, people. Of course, it's depending on the data you're selling, right? People are ideally try and get paid for life, but you'll see.
Carl needs to be able to like completely shift into investing after
Absolutely. Absolutely. A 4% return on $1 million is only 4. I need that passive to be substantial.
Terrible.
That's the only way you giving up the info, huh, Carl?
Absolutely, because you can't work again.
That's your career.
True. That is true. That is definitely true. You gotta
make a good
change
point.
your
Passive
identity.
income.
Change the name, man. Change the name and don't work anywhere where you need a security clearance.
Man, shit.
Or just write a fucking book, multiple books and movie deals like Edward Snowden did. Man's cutting checks.
And
for
you
life.
also have to live. You also have to live in Russia.
Yeah.
That's facts.
You gotta live with Putin himself.
Yeah.
He literally became an icon. Like he is in.
I don't think he's a
mentioned
patriot.
every hacker movie, every hacker type esque environment, every animated show, everything. He pretty much made himself into an icon. So pretty much he set himself up for life, to where he doesn't need to work.
You can't go anywhere. You can't go everywhere.
He's a patriot.
He can't go anywhere with U.S. extradition treaties because they'll grab him up real quick.
Real fast.
Just like that black investor who did he made a lot of money in Bitcoin, and the IRS is like, nah, we're looking for this nigga, so he has to stay in China.
So
fucking Uncle Sam. What's next?
Just pay him a little by little. You're okay, right, guys?
They want that pound of flesh. They want them 10 years, son.
Absolutely.
They don't want the money.
Example.
Yeah, they're trying to teach you a lesson. Right? It's like you want about making all this cybersecurity money.
Mm-hmm.
Right. The way he made that money, they were like, all right, he broke the system, cheated the system. We need to make him pay. So they want 10 years of his life. And he's like, nah, I'll just be a billionaire in China.
Money spends the same damn way.
Hey.
Yeah,
that's a fact.
I don't feel safe in America, but I feel less safe everywhere else. So if that makes any sense. It's like, I don't know how Chinese people feel about a black man. Like, I don't feel safe here. Like, I really don't feel safe.
As long as I'm inside my massive penthouse, I'm okay. They can feel whatever they want to feel.
Because they can just step right up in there. Like you don't know when the secret police comes in there. Like, I don't know how their government works. I know kind of how to avoid getting murdered by American governments for the most part. Police
Yeah, I don't
are
know.
rogue. You can't really control that. But I cannot get caught by the FBI and the IRS, and like I know all of
This is
these
true.
organizations right now. Like you're not gonna the CIA and CIA doesn't operate on shouldn't operate on American soil, but the NSA. The NSA as well. Like I know how to stay away from all those guys, right? Unless unless they literally just want to get rid of me. But yeah, like Mario said, you can't even get regular internet in China. I don't want to be disappeared in the middle of the night, right? Like that. And I feel like because I don't know their rules, I might do something silly. Like I remember Peppa Pig is banned in China because of some joke people were making about the leader in Peppa Pig, right? What if I'm like, just flipping through channels and I stop on Peppa Pig for like a second too long, or somehow I get Peppa Pig. I don't even know how I got it, but I just get it. Now I'm getting disappeared because I didn't watch Peppa Pig for like 30 seconds. And I don't want that. Like
Look, Jack Ma was missing for a minute. I'm convinced.
the Alibaba
Chinese
dude.
government. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Chinese government has something.
Absolutely.
Crazy.
What did he say he was doing? He went on vacation.
I didn't hear what he said. Why? But I don't believe it.
Vacation.
Whatever he said.
You said oh,
you
shit.
are on
Maurice,
some type of list.
right. Maurice said I tried to Google something while in Hong Kong and they told me it was blocked. Was worried for the rest of my trip that I end up on some list.
But you were on a list.
Definitely on a list.
You were on a
Definitely
list. They was watching you.
You were on a list, even just entering.
Just walking into the country.
You a black man walking into China, you automatically on the list. They like watch him every step. Every step.
Got to.
Crazy.
Every step I take.
This nigga. So like last week, Rust lost a fuck ton of data to a data center fire. And there's Rust, the game Rust, in Europe. Their EU servers, one of the older data centers caught fire. They lost a whole bunch of data. They say they can't restore it, and I'm just. You said what?
All because of
because of it. Yeah, they're thinking it's because of one of their ups or UPSs, and I'm just like, how can you so you got these data centers, like I guess I don't know a lot about data centers, but like how do you not have like a backup of a backup of a backup like of all this super important data? You said what?
Or fire suppression system. Like
Or
most data centers have a fire suppression system, but they're probably just being cheap. And they just put it in like a warehouse.
You know what?
That's usually what it always boils down to.
So there's multiple tiers. So I was looking into this for a while because I remember Creston was always talking. We need to have our own stuff, our own internet, data, all that. So I was looking into this for like, if I wanted to run something in Jamaica.
Your mic's going
and my bad. Is that better?
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah. So I was looking into this, like if I wanted to have some workloads going in Jamaica, where would I go? And apparently there's like 4 or 5 tiers of data centers. And I think the highest tier in Jamaica is a tier 3. And more than likely for a game studio, they're not expecting anything like this to happen. So they probably tier 2 or tier 3 data center. So tier 4, you have a certain amount of guaranteed uptime, certain security, like you said, fire suppression, guarding against earthquakes, yada yada yada. Not certain things against natural disasters. So they just, it's more than likely they were cheap, like AJ said, and they're just in a lower tier data center.
Cargo containers.
So a tier like that is like AWS, right?
I'm sorry?
So a tier like that is like top tiers like AWS or like Microsoft's. Like
so I'm sure even AWS have multiple tiers, right?
Depending on the
but
region.
They could probably. So I'm sure they have tier 5s. I'm sure they have tier 5s for either their DoD contracts or their personal stuff, or even some of their customers. But even if in tier 3, it's not so much of a risk for them because they have global redundancy. So they could
Mhm.
kind of get away with, okay, yeah, data center went down, lost the whole data center because that's backed up. They have redundant data centers. Like, but if you're, I don't know what their financials are like, but if you're just a game studio and you think you're good, you got a data center, whatever. They're probably in just one, and it's not as robust as it needs to be. Because one data center shouldn't bring you down. Like if you were using AWS cloud, right? Um, and they lost the data center, even if you chose not to have global redundancy, I think there's some guarantees there that they would have backed your stuff up and you'd have been able to come back. But they
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 would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
probably have either their own data center or they're not a
Like
well-known provider.
yeah. They have when they set you up for your infrastructure with as an architect, they like, cause I learned this in one of the classes. Um they have backups for natural disasters. So like they'll put you in another region to make sure that your data isn't like all in one region in case something happens in that data center. So like say for instance you have an east region, they'll back it up in like a Asian region, in the Asian region or whatever. So to kind of offset the offset, not offset it, but pretty much like a contingency in this in a sense. So but yeah, but I mean for Rust, that's all they really had to do. Like instead of, well, then again, data centers are kind of expensive, so they may, if they cut corners on, if that whole fire happened because of the ups, then they didn't update their stuff because they're like, oh well, it's been good for X amount of years, then it should be good for whatever. And so now they learned their lesson. They got burnt.
Literally.
I mean, they did say it was
This-
one of the older data centers or whatever.
Still, though, if you have all your data in the
Yeah, your
older
most
data center,
valuable customers are in the older data center, aren't they? those are the long time fans. All the new people are like, "Oh, data center? I didn't even notice." And the other people are like, This is my life. I've been like, did it even happen now? You don't even know."
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And like the risks are increasing, right? There's more political stability around the world. We have climate change. Like there's more risk to data centers than ever before. So like people can't be slacking on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean it's terrible timing because, Valheim, just came out and that's like the new hotness. So I wonder how many people they lost,
Right.
from this incident and they were
so
just like,
yeah,
fuck
so,
it. I guess I gotta switch games now. And
yeah,
just went over to Valheim and now Valheim is, people are really fucking with that.
yeah.
So it's
There's
terrible
source
timing.
code in this data center too?
No, I think
Um.
it's just data, right?
Yeah. I think it was just like a user, like gamer stuff.
Yeah.
The
So
personal
like
data
your
stuff.
your your saves and
Oh shit. That's
Yeah.
annoying.
I'm sure people were pissed.
upset.
'Cause
People would rather you guys do source code than
Right. Lose your
the same
shit. Don't
thing.
lose my shit.
Look, y'all just hire more developers and rewrite the whole thing. But
Exactly.
I need to be able to play the game the way I was playing it before.
Yeah.
yeah,
That
you can reverse engineer
Source code,
compile code.
but not
So
my experiences.
yeah.
my experience. Exactly. So unfortunate. I'm definitely curious if anybody, if or like if there's a significant amount of those people who just like went over to Valheim.
I'm sure. Cause apparently like Valheim is a lot more user friendly. Cause I think that's the thing with Rust and like the survival, simulation community or whatever, is that it's like super hardcore. So I'm
Yeah.
sure like people are like, yo, I put so much time into this shit. Like, I'm not starting over. So I'm just gonna go, and scratch that itch somewhere else. And Valheim is right there to
Yeah.
receive
Scoop
all
them
this
up.
new love. Yeah. Which
Yeah.
will
True.
probably is probably somebody on the Valheim team that set sent them a faulty UPS. And
Corporate
boom.
espionage.
Right.
Exactly.
Went in there and switched the negative and the positive leads on the battery.
Absolutely.
That's deep. So this next joint, this is something that I'd be concerned about, like buying a new car, like with all the new. So this one company, what the fuck is their name? Basically, they wanna sell the feds all your location
Ulysses.
data and shit from your car.
It's
Ulysses, there we
Ulysses.
go. And I'm concerned, y'all. Like, I
Oh,
want a new car. I
definitely.
like all the new, like all the new shiny shit. But I just be like, I don't, I don't trust it. Like, can I flash Linux on it and just like,
You can.
I'm done again. I mean, like like either way, like, oh yes. Hey, Marius, don't talk about that Android Auto shit. Don't talk about your bullshit with iPhone and
this nigga was in
talking
the
about
struggle with the Android Auto.
this man said I couldn't connect to a Porsche. Couldn't fuck out of here with that shit. But no, like, so when it comes, if they selling like the feds like location data on a car, they get easily, like, the feds can easily get a warrant. Like, they can get a legal
Not
authority.
easy. It's
Then
much
get
easier to buy. It's much easier to just buy the data in bulk
Yeah.
than it would be to get a warrant. So that's why they're doing it. That's why the feds are like, yeah, shoot.
I'll
This
do
way,
that.
we don't have to talk to a judge at all. Like, we don't even have to be in the right. We can
But
just say we
see,
want it.
that's
Try
the
to get
thing,
a
though. But
try
no,
to get a judge to get you a warrant to give you the entire nation's data on automobiles. Which
but that's
judge
the
is
thing,
going to
though.
give you that
It
warrant?
will, the people, like, lawyer wise, if you think about it, that may infringe on Fourth Amendment rights at that point. Because you can,
That's
if
a
you buy
may,
it,
and
if
then
you
somebody
buy
has
it,
to challenge it.
right. If you buy it, though, you can't use it unless it's pertaining to an actual case or whatever. But
Thing, like, first of all, we don't. Nobody knows these things are being purchased until it pertains to a case. Then you find out they purchased it. Like, it's not like they're telling us, hey, we bought a bunch of location data, but don't worry, we're not going to use it unless
you
we
want to go out
need to
saying
use
that they sold their data to the government, like,
Then don't do it. If you're not willing to talk about it, then don't do it.
I mean,
Yeah,
but like there's certain, like, I understand that, like, they're not really talking about, but like they also don't want to disclose that
So
information.
JK, let me ask you. They buy all this information, and as an investigation comes up, at that time you're saying they go to a judge to get a warrant to look at the data that they already have, that they could just do a few keystrokes and find out everything they want to find out? And what law says is what is the law that says they can't mess with it if they didn't if they just because they didn't get a warrant? Like, if you buy it, like, let's just say they're not the government right now, right? Um, if a company buys data, why can't they use it? And what is the law that makes it different for the government than another company that can't use the data that they purchased?
what they're trying to do, though. They're trying to make a law, or they're trying to say you're infringing on our Fourth Amendment rights, and they're trying to make laws so that people can't use your data without your consent.
So,
I
like,
get
when
that, but
it comes
that
to
doesn't exist yet, right?
Yeah, not that I know, but
Right. So that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
What's to
shoot.
stop them? Like, what's really to stop them?
so like so for instance, when it comes, like, for Google and Facebook and all that stuff, like, when you do that service agreement, like, it says, like, hey, we use they ask for consent for it to share your data with XYZ companies.
but they have to tell you what they have to tell you the
doing.
reason why they're sharing the data. They can't just say we're
Right.
gonna use your data. They have to at least say we're gonna use it for this purpose. Now they're usually vague, but they at least have to say it for this purpose. They can't be like, hey, we're gonna use your location data and we're gonna sell it to the feds. Like, Like they have to at least tell you we're using your data for X, Y, and Z, and they can't say that we're going to sell it to a third party, basically, and then that could be the feds. But Ulysses isn't even doing that. They're just like getting the information from the transmissions. So it's almost like they're sniffing. They're not really. It's not like they are the company that built these pieces. They're just like, oh, these things are just transmitting. So it's like, okay, since they're transmitting information, we'll just pick up these transmissions, and now we can track every car in the planet, and we'll send that data to whoever pays, gets us the most money.
But that's what I'm saying. Like that's why I'm iffy. They're actually gonna if the federal government is actually gonna buy.
They said they've already done it. They've done it for not in America, but our government's already done it in Central America, according to the article, right? Like they did it.
I'm saying like in America, see, that's a difference. Central America is not. It's not the US. No, that's different.
But they're not going to tell us when they do it in America, right? The whole Snowden thing we talked about earlier was they were doing stuff that they weren't telling us. Now they would tell us they would brag about doing whatever they wanted to do to other countries because that's okay. It doesn't matter if they do bad things to other countries. Americans aren't like, hey, you shouldn't be spying on them. Like, no, that's what the CIA does. They spy. So we don't care how they get information from other countries because that's their job. They're a spying organization. But when you tell them that, oh yeah, they also know where you are at all times. Wow. And while that's harmless for most of us, because most of us aren't out there murdering people or doing anything devious, it's just too much power. It's too much power.
It's not harmless.
No, what I'm saying, I agree. What I'm saying is like we wouldn't notice. What I mean is that we don't notice that they even have this information. But to be honest, Google has this information on you. Apple probably has this information on you. Amazon probably has this information on you, and Facebook has this information on you. They're just not saying it because you can imagine that like your cell phone goes wherever you go. Google knows everywhere you've been, and they can show you. You can look at your history and say, oh shoot, Google's been
right. And unless you turn it off,
yeah, you literally can go into your Gmail and take a look at the map.
You can turn it off, but like, what does that even mean? Right? It's not a mechanical lever. Oh, it's not like I know for a fact, like I pulled this mechanical lever, no data is flowing out of this pipeline, right? Like, sure, Facebook was getting people's information from friends of friends, so it's like,
fact.
So fake
they didn't even need your permission.
Yeah, and your cell phone provider can track you too.
Yeah,
it's still not like any private company that does that. Not saying I'm totally fine with the private companies doing it. But that's still not going to be the same level as the government.
Yeah, no. See, the private companies, there's a difference. There's a different trust level, right?
Exactly. And especially when the government has not the best track record with chocolate people.
Exactly.
So, like, it's going to be different. I know Google has it. I don't like that Google has it.
Hate it.
But at the same time,
I hate it even more knowing the cop behind me has it.
Well, like I said, like it depends on. I don't know. Like AJ said, they've done it in Central America, but they haven't. Like I don't. In my standpoint, in my logical thinking, like legal wise, there may be some problems with that because if they were to bring that up in a case, like I found this person XYZ with this data, with this tools, they're gonna ask them.
Deniability is so easy though. It's so easy to deny that.
Mm-hmm.
All you gotta
like
say,
Go ahead, Carl.
A witness told you XYZ, and then you went and got a warrant. Because you could say to the judge, hey, I need a warrant to go get this, knowing full well you already have it, but it's really to cover your tracks and to make it admissible in court. Like, that would be so easy for them to do. It's not hard. And why would anybody question that?
Like I said, I don't know. Like I said, I just thinking from a logical standpoint, legal wise, and maybe some problems with that. But
also, we're not really worried about.
To be like, go ahead, AJ.
I was just saying, we're not really worried about what's legal because that changes.
Yeah,
So it's like
exactly.
it's not legal. Yeah, what's
You
legal
can't
and what's
argue
not legal.
what's legal with the people who make the laws, like,
Yeah,
No.
they
and
make
who
the
enforce
rules.
the laws.
Definitely
So
not the people who
it's
enforce
not
the laws.
legal, and then tomorrow it's legal with
It
an
is.
executive order and Congress and everybody signing off on it. And like
Yeah.
Carl said, black people don't have the, we don't trust the government, and we have good reason to not trust the government because the government was literally most of it was designed to oppress people, right? Or at least there are large swaths of the government that were like, hey, this is literally here so that we can keep these people under. So them having the information is just the subtle things they can do is the scary part, right? The subtle things, like they can do small things, like the whole redlining thing that takes census information, right? They need to know where the black people are at in order to rewrite the district so the black people aren't there, right? So just imagine this is census for your car, like it's constantly rewriting itself.
It's real time.
Yeah,
In
it's
real
not-
time.
Yes. So that's the scary part is that they have this information on your location at any time. It's like I'm not afraid of them catching me going to Walmart or Publix. Like I'm not afraid of them catching me traveling because I don't do illegal things, right? So I'm not worried about the getting in trouble and then them having the information like, oh gosh, I did go to that BBB rally. I don't know if black people have a rally. I just made something up. But like
BBB rally,
black rally, that black rally where we was
Black, yo.
we was wearing black hoodies and talking about taking down the white man.
I mean, that's the biggest thing though. Like,
Look at this.
if you haven't done
Yeah,
it,
they
doesn't
found
matter.
the tech. No, it does. That's what I think. That's what Carl was saying. Is it does matter if you haven't done something wrong because that has never stopped.
Ever.
You can be a good person and still get screwed over by the government. Like that, it doesn't. Like the whole, it's not really about morality and it's not even really about lawfulness, right? They really only have to just make sure they don't screw over the majority in order to not have a riot, like that would take them down. So they can screw over, like we're only 13% of the population according to the census anyway. So we're only 13% of the population. And to be honest, we've been 13% for like 40, 50 years. So like we're such a small region. That's the reason they're able to kill black people in the street. Like cops are able to do that. And there's not really that many punishments. Is because since only 13% of the population gets rowdy and they can just keep killing that 13% down. Like, and as long as they can convince, a large chunk of, the white people who are 60 some odd percent of the population that, hey, look, that's not happening. And then they convince all the other minorities that, hey, they're how black people
They're
are,
crazy.
Yeah, they get a little, wild when they blow things out of proportion, right? All they got to do is do that, and then they can oppress 13% of the population because they don't need to control. They just need the buy-in from a large group of the population. That's all they need. So yeah, you can be a good person and still get murdered by your government if you're in the way somehow.
I don't know.
And
I mean, if anything, this past year has shown that very clearly. You can be a good person and just still be shot dead. But enough mofiness. Moving forward.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's I feel like it's important to talk about just because I mean, people that aren't in the industry, people that aren't into tech and shit, like people don't fucking know, but like dog, you're fucking what little is left of your privacy is like evaporating into thin air.
Face recognition software scares the shit out of me.
It's yeah. Good thing is there's a bias for darker people. So lucky for you, those things still can't recognize a nigga right now. They're working on it though.
Right
now.
Apparently, we all look like Michael Jordan's crime face.
The same thing that keep you from getting soap out of the automated dispenser is gonna keep you from
That was hilarious when that guy was like showing it and he was like, look, I can't, and then the white guy put his hand in there and gets soap.
Like, hey, no problem, this works. Bruh.
But yeah, so
is that shit real?
That's crazy.
Yes,
real.
It's real.
I don't know what if it was infrared and it was just like a very.
I thought it was supposed to be infrared.
Yeah, it's infrared, but maybe like I don't know, maybe melanin was like get out of here, infrared.
We're absorbing too much of the spectrum. That's what.
Yeah,
it is.
that's
So
what I'm saying. It's not calibrated finely enough to deal with it.
We're absorbing too much out here.
Nah, nigga, we can't get no
soap for
soap.
you, nigga.
You're trying to kill us on all fronts.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit was
So-
crazy.
Like, y'all motherfuckers ain't gonna be able to wash your hands.
We can't wash our hands.
Ever since COVID came out, they're like, oh, we need to change it.
Maury said
I mean,
black includes blue light. Hey, get out.
Sir,
Hey,
I'm
get
done.
this
Blue
nigga out.
light.
I'm done again.
Bruh, I can't with this
Anyway.
motherfucker.
This blue
So-
light.
Enough of the
Yeah. So,
our government don't love us.
right.
George Bush
Open your
doesn't.
third eye.
George Bush doesn't care about black people, right?
Also,
okay, Kanye.
bruh.
I remember that shit in high school, dog. That shit was I died laughing every time I watched
You
it.
saw him.
What's
You
his
saw
name?
him.
high
The
school?
reaction.
Michael Myers.
He was
Not
like-
Michael Myers. What's his name? What's the name? The Austin Powers guy.
Like Myers.
Mike
Mike
Myers.
Myers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
His
felt like I was talking about
reaction-
the.
His reaction was priceless.
He
Was-
just like. And then they went to Chris Tucker real quick, and Chris wasn't ready for the switch. He was like, yeah.
Yeah, but I was like, dog, he threw them all for a loop, and he was just sitting there. He was like,
He was swaying though. You saw him. He was like, George Bush don't like black people.
he made a song off of that, right?
Oh,
I don't remember.
who made that
There
song?
there was a song that was made after it because I remember blasting that shit all fucking 10th
Lil
grade.
Wayne made a song
Yeah,
on was it the Suffix?
That's hilarious.
Ah.
Lil
Either
Wayne
way.
made a song about that, and now this nigga's a Trump supporter.
And Kanye. I know, like
niggas trapped in the second place, dog.
These niggas is
for
hilarious.
real, for
These
real.
niggas is hilarious. He can be somebody who hates or who's written more against black legislation in the past, or at least tried like his best to do stuff that's like anti non-white. And these niggas is like, yeah, but I'm still riding with him.
Hey, they said, look, that nigga gonna lower taxes for rich people. We're rich people. We're rich people first, then we're black people.
Yeah,
Maybe.
That's
exactly.
true. That is true. Your tax bracket says more about who you are as a person than your skin color.
2 years ago. That's crazy.
That is crazy. So Square Enix had that showcase today. It was kind of weak, but they had more trailers for Outriders. They had Space Invaders, AR, Just Cause Mobile.
Yeah, that was weird.
Marvel,
That was
the
weird, too.
Avengers. Yeah, the Avengers got some DLC. Like, who's still playing the like? Can they bring this back, y'all? Like, I don't know.
I've been
That's a
trying
good
to play
question.
it.
You've
I've been
trying
thinking to play it.
How
I've been
is it?
thinking of-
$70.
I've been
I'll never
thinking of
get back.
playing it.
Oh, Carl, I'm so sorry,
Yo,
bro.
Carl actually he bought the deluxe edition or something.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
Ultimate, whatever.
But
it's
see, the
called,
thing
'cause I'm
is-
like, yeah, I'm
Man,
about
who
to get
talked
in.
you into that?
I want to know why he bought it. Like you
We're
don't
gonna
want to
play it
play
as a group.
nothing but Halo.
Jake, you already got it. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll give this a shot. I'm gonna, branch out a little bit. Then it hit me with, oh, you need to create an account. I don't know. I still don't know if that account ever got created because I got caught up in the loop, and I'm like, it's over. It's over. Never again.
That's it.
Never even launched the game again.
Damn.
These account things are killing me. I can't deal with that.
I feel you. That's how I felt on this whole Outrider shit. I was just like, God damn it! Like
Bruh.
the first time I booted it up, I was presented by the little like you need to create a Square Enix account to, and I turned it off. I was like, I instantly lost like interest. Like I gotta do all this extra shit. So I was like, you know what? I'll just do this another day. I just wanted to get in, try the game, and get a feel for it. But nah, they were like, nah, we need your shit. Like,
If I wasn't already invested in Rocket League, I would have stopped playing Rocket League over that.
I'm gonna sell
Like-
your data to the government. Please give us your info.
Absolutely.
basically.
Pretty much.
What else? They spent a lot of time on that Life is Strange series.
Yeah, they got like some
Um,
remasters and some new content, right?
Yeah. But apparently it's like super. I mean, if they spent that much time on that, that means this game is super popular.
I guess. Like I played a little bit of it. I didn't fall in love. I like the premise. Is the premise is interesting, and it definitely has it's unique, but I wasn't crazy about it.
But that Project
It's
Athia or
interesting.
Forspoken
Yeah.
Forspoken
looks
looks dope.
really good.
That shit looks dope.
But they saved the well, I liked how they saved the best for the last. Like then once they revealed the name of the actual game, and then like they just showed like this sequence of her just fucking like zipping around using all these crazy powers. It's like, oh shit. Like I am down for this shit.
It
So
was like she had like shoes from Hermes or some shit.
you know what it looked like? It looked like that the Unreal Engine 5 demo. Remember when they were showing that off with the PS5 shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, that it looked exactly like that. I was like, oh shit, okay. Like
Did Unreal hit a snag? Because we haven't heard nothing about it since, right? Unreal Engine 5?
I think we won't start seeing those games until probably like next year or so. Like a lot of these games have been in development for a while.
Yeah.
We didn't help.
Yeah.
But if I feel like if the development on it was progressing as you would think, like no game should stop the engine from releasing if it's ready to go. Like that was what, a year and a half ago
It's about a year
that we
ago.
saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah, close to a year. But I think that, and then they said that Unreal Engine 5 is like a ways out from being stable anyway. So I think like mid generation we'll start seeing Unreal Engine 5 games take advantage of it.
Yeah.
That sounds like a rewrite if it's that heavyweight.
Oh, they trying to do some crazy shit. You saw that demo. That shit was
nuts.
That shit. Yeah. So
Especially if they can accomplish on a PS5. I mean,
yeah,
they have to do a lot of work.
Maurice said that
underhanded
the Athia or Forspoken, that's Square's in-house game engine.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know Square had an in-house engine.
I didn't either.
I think it's the same one that like.
I wonder if it's like a. Oh, go ahead, JK. My bad.
No, go ahead.
I was just saying. I wonder if these companies use like just fork a branch of an already good game engine, and they're just like.
Yeah, that's what they did for Titanfall. Well, actually, Call of Duty, like the original Call of Duties, they made a fork of the Source engine, and they basically they made a fork of the Source engine, which was famous for like Half-Life and Counter-Strike and all those games under Valve, and then they ported that over to I think the Modern Warfare series, and then also Titanfall is also a fork from the Source engine as well.
Oh, okay.
And then Ori and the Will of the Wisp is a fork from Unity. Like they started adding their own stuff with that.
They're still on their website. They're still on that Unity website, so they didn't diverge that much.
What'd you say, JK?
Isn't Titanfall 3 coming out this year or next year?
Nah, probably like I don't know.
They gave like a small announcement like, hey, we're working on Titanfall, or is it in development or some shit.
I think it's in development, like
maybe 2022
pre-production. Yeah. That other giant Scarlet Nexus.
Got that right.
Scarlet Nexus looks dope. It reminds me of Astral Chain a little bit.
Yeah, like a faster Astral Chain.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Carl?
Titanfall is on PlayStation, right? It's over there now. Titanfall.
Oh no, it's on everything.
It's on everything, yeah.
Except Switch. But it's technically it's on Switch with Apex.
Man, no, it ain't on Switch.
Switch is garbage.
No, man. I'll never think about the Switch the same.
iPad Pro, get one.
They've been trying with the FPSs and has been working on it well.
Okay.
Maybe the Pro.
I mean, until
better.
you can play with crossplay on, that's that's a lesser than console right there.
Maybe the Switch Pro will give it a chance.
Yeah,
Maybe
well,
so.
their
You said it
beat up
won't.
versions.
Damn.
No, their beat up versions of their consoles never do well. Like
That's
the
oh,
Wii
that's
U did
true.
terrible.
The
Like,
Wii U was
they-
some shit.
Yeah,
The
like
Wii
the,
U was
the
actually
soon as-
pretty good. They just needed
It's
to
the-
support it.
that's what I'm saying though, but it just doesn't do well because there's no bonus to getting it most of the time. It's like I can just use the old one. Like the Wii U came with like a few new like things, but like you can still play the games you wanted to play. You just couldn't add that extra Wii U feature. And I'm like, I'm not gonna buy a system that's $50 more than the system I purchased. You know, when I purchased, the first Wii was what, $199 or something like that.
Yeah, super
And
cheap.
then the
$250,
Wii
I
U
think,
was.
original.
I don't
Yeah,
remember
something
what
like
it was,
that.
but I know,
50
I
was
know
the
the Wii
original.
U was like another $50.
The Wii U
over
was
what-
like the Wii U was 300.
Yeah, so it was like another 50 over what the original Wii was. So it's like if I'm not getting something really special, like I'm not gonna switch. You don't need. I know for Carl this is sacrilege, but you don't need like you don't need an HDMI port to play freaking Wii bowling. Like you don't even need that. You don't need the 4K resolution to play Wii bowling. You don't need it.
Yeah.
So it's like if you weren't playing on using your HDMI, you already got the adapter if you needed it to play with the Wii, and then the Wii U comes out. Who's gonna go? Well, yeah, now I can use an HDMI cord. I'll spend an extra $50, or actually not an extra $50 because it's not like you can trade it in. So I'll go ahead and buy another game
You have to
system.
rebuy your games too.
Yep.
I don't know if you have
Nah,
to rebuy
they
your games.
it was back
SD cards. Yeah, and they were on SD cards, so you could just literally transport your games.
Yeah. The Wii U wasn't a bad system. It actually reminded me a lot of the Dreamcast.
It's a beat up Wii. That's all it was.
Yeah. But they had some good games on it. They just didn't support it, unfortunately.
Mhm.
But, you know.
That
They
controller was
bailed
not
out of
good.
it real quick.
You said they bailed out. Yeah, that's also
Yeah,
true.
they pulled the ejector seat like right after launch. They were like, "Oh my goodness, nobody's buying this very huge, large
Cedo, cuz.
pad." And they were just like, "We out of here."
Yeah. I don't blame them.
What's the chance you think they use ARM for like the next generation of consoles instead of x86?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Because Microsoft working on their own silicon on the PC side, you already see what Apple is doing with their stuff. Could we see it
no.
come to game consoles?
Well,
like AAA game consoles.
maybe. I would say if they can get a foothold on the PC side, they'll definitely bring that shit to Xbox. Like I feel like they're working really hard this generation to bring like Xbox and PC like to parity with the gaming shit. So if they can get that chip out and it's like it's good, and they get that in in Windows machines, like they're definitely gonna put that in the next Xbox. But I mean, 7 years is a long time, and it's not a
really
long
good
time.
at hardware engineering.
True too.
Yeah. What'd you say?
And he seems to be really good at hard. Go ahead, JK.
No, I'm saying that's true. That's all I said.
Oh, go ahead, Carl.
No, I was saying they seem to be really good at hardware engineering when they have time, according to Phil. So,
Yeah, I mean,
I would hope they have something that could compete with Apple Silicon, at least. And if that's the case, a better part of a decade, maybe they can come out with something that's
Just could be a
console
sheet of
grade.
graphene. Just that's it. So
That's the whole thing.
it's just a sheet of graphene. Because they were talking about like you can basically fold graphene like origami, and if you with lasers, they do this folding technique. They're like possibly in the future they can make transistors just by shooting lasers at
Folding graphene.
at graphene and folding it into the shape they need so that they could get over
That's amazing.
the transistor issue. But yeah, that's still at least 5 to 10 years out. But that'd be cool if you got this. It's just a sheet of graphene just sitting, and that's your entire silicon.
That would be
That'd be
crazy. Hey,
Manufacturing should be super simple at that point, then, right? The hard part is getting the graphene, but then once you have it, it's just like
Yeah, the hard part is mass producing the graphene, right? It's hard.
Yeah.
There's not a process right now where you can just spit out sheets of it.
sure. All right, well,
That'd be awesome.
that'll be yeah. We'll see. We'll see what happens. So unfortunately, for some people, I don't know. You're not gonna have no dual wielding, no
That
playable
shit gets you
elites
killed.
in
It doesn't
Halo
work.
Infinite.
It doesn't work.
Shit gets you killed.
That shit gets killed.
You
Doesn't
try to,
work.
you look. It looks cool, but it's not
It
effective.
looks
So
super cool,
It's not
but
effective.
it doesn't work.
Now,
All you gotta do is have a
two
VR.
SMGs,
2 weeks.
if you have two SMGs and they walk around the corner, it works. Like
Yeah, you have
that's
to
the
be
only
super close.
that's the only scenario in which it works. Like there's no
Yeah.
gun that you want to dual wield.
2 weeks of Halo 2,
Two
and
Maulers.
that was it.
Oh, two maulers? Yeah.
Yeah.
You need two guns that basically like
yeah.
that's like holding a shotgun.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's just basically a shotgun. So
But yeah, I don't. I mean, they haven't done dual wielding since Halo 3, so I don't know
Yeah.
why people were really
expecting
thinking of.
that.
I think
Yeah,
people just want to know what they
Yeah.
can and can't do. I don't
True.
think that people are gonna care too much about dual wielding. Nobody's like dual wielding. That's how I play. Like nobody.
They
yeah.
took my whole
Look.
strategy.
That's all
Yeah.
I do. Like there's not even enough dual wielding maps where you can find enough weapons to dual wield. Right? Like
That's true.
it's just, you can't dual wield to assault rifles. So you'd have to run around the map to find another like handgun or gun you can like a
It
single.
would be interesting
What you call it?
if you could dual wield and have another gun.
What you mean?
Like
So
you can
if you
carry
dual
3 guns,
wield, right, you can have a secondary weapon.
but you'd have to pull it out.
Those were your 2 weapons.
So like I guess you
the 3
sheath both your
guns.
guns, you sheath both your guns or
yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Wolfenstein does
and
that.
pull out.
Yeah.
That'd be
Um,
interesting.
That,
I w-
but see, that could change the game. If you're dual wielding, and you just empty it. If that person isn't dead, they're one shot for sure, and you could get them with the secondary weapon.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's definitely
Yeah,
true.
they won't let you run around like a maverick or a cowboy in that game.
Nah.
You can't have the 2 6-shooters and the rifle on your back.
I think the elites thing, they should definitely. I liked how they did the elites in Halo Reach because they gave you totally different abilities. So one of the cool abilities for Halo Reach and playing with an elite is that you could do basically a
launch.
dodge, that roll.
Yeah.
And that shit was tight because it was like, oh shit, like I
And it
can
covers a lot of
actually,
distance.
yeah, like I can actually like fake some people out and do some crazy shit. And so I like that aspect of it. If they do bring, because they didn't say it's not, it won't be at launch, but I'm sure that they could probably add something like that because I think Halo Infinite. I mean the way that Halo 5 has been around, for 6 years now.
It's crazy.
Infinite
I feel
is
that long.
yeah, Infinite. I'm sure that this is going to be like a years out like service that they're just going to keep adding on and adding shit to it. So they could definitely bring that shit back, and that would be cool because I actually do like I like the elites. Maybe that they'll bring back
Brutes as well. Or you
that
can't
would
use
be cool to actually play as a brute. I honestly
Yeah.
wouldn't mind that. That would be cool.
brutes are cool.
Yeah. They're a little dumber, but if you're just basically you just
Like
got like bigger, your shields are stronger or something.
Yeah, and your
You're
melees are
slower.
harder or stronger or whatever. Like you get that instant kill with the melee. It's like a long drawn out gorilla swing, but if you
Yeah.
hit 'em-
Yeah.
boy,
Nah, that might be cool. I give it a shot. I'm hoping that they're getting close to a release date. This is like their second data dump in like the last month or two. where they talk about, you know, a whole bunch of stuff that's happening. So I'm like, tell me when it's coming out. Like
I think
that's what I want to know next.
it's coming.
December
It's coming
2021.
in. I would say November.
It's the fall of 20 or the winter of
Yeah,
2021.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not-
But
Fall or winter. They're not coming out in the summer. They're definitely not coming out in the spring. I wouldn't see them in the summer. They're coming out right around Christmas time. They can get that console push for anybody who hasn't jumped over.
yeah,
They can convince you to get you a new system.
yep. But yeah,
Yes.
I'm I do like I said, I was hoping that they would do what they did for Halo 5, like leading up to the launch, which
Mm-hmm.
they had this whole like doc series called The Sprint.
Oh yeah. I remember you sent that video. I watched that whole thing.
Yeah, that
I
shit
like
was
that kind of stuff.
so cool. Yeah,
I love
that
that
shit
kind
was
of
so
stuff.
fucking cool because you get to see, you know, like
The
oh shit,
developer
like
life.
yeah, like it's just it's very you know, you see a lot of like parallels and you know and what you do as a developer, but you know they're just working on like cooler
Cooler
shit.
stuff.
But
Yeah.
but yeah, I kind of like that. I do tune in every week. They have like a little stream on Twitch, and they sometimes do like a community play date, and they have like the community managers come out talk about different features, especially with the Master Chief Collection and things of that sort. And some, you know, every once in a while they'll drop some info on Infinite, but I'm excited, man. It's just like people that have taken a break from Halo, this is like the year to get back into it, you know, because it is Master Chief Collection is, you know, firing on all cylinders, working on PC and all of the Xboxes right now. It's like the perfect time to get back into it.
Absolutely. So yeah, I mean, talking about Halo, that definitely lends itself well to our topic of the week here. Where you know Microsoft is just showing
Firing.
out, like they are not letting up. Like they picked up ZeniMax. They got that. I mean, it's not done, but they got all the approvals that they need, and so like things are moving forward, right? And like they
Oh, I
just
thought
launched
it
this
was
new headset. No, it's not done yet. But they had to get those. Like if they wouldn't have got cleared by the EU Commission and the SEC, then like it might have been dead. But they you know they got the EU Commission on board. They got the SEC, so now they can proceed.
okay.
Um, so I mean, and that's huge. Like Phil Spencer talking
It's
about,
legal use now.
yeah, exactly, bringing exclusives to the Xbox platform to platforms where Game Pass is available. Like I like that. Like we're
Yeah,
not you're talking about just Xbox, you know.
we're
Um,
unified over here.
exactly. And then you know the new headset. AG already picked it up. You know.
I'm a
Hey,
little jealous. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I've
put
been
Headsets
the
are
watching
fucking
volume
killer.
up
It
and
looks
down right
juicy.
here.
Mhm.
I mix my game audio with my audio
Chat.
on this side, with my
Yeah.
chat audio on this side.
That's
That's all.
juicy.
That's all I
Yeah.
do
Real
right now.
juicy.
That's
The mic's
fire.
pretty
Oh
good,
man.
but it was interfering with this mic. Like when it was down, it was like I
Yeah.
could. Discord was like, nah, bro, use the like it would not. This mic would not work while this thing was down. I was like, I don't know what's going on. Then I just did this click, and everything was like working. I was
Wow.
Discord's a hater with.
Yeah, Discord was like, look, I cannot deal with this one mic's telling me it's in charge. This mic's telling me it's in
Telling me
charge.
it's
I
in
don't know what's
charge.
going on.
Just tell me
One of
who's
these
the
mics-
boss.
Right.
Who
No,
do I
man,
report to?
I like it. It's got a good seal around the ear. It's comfortable. I'm wearing this whole time, and I mean, I only ended like one time. You know how your ears get hot
Yeah,
over there,
absolutely.
like
Gotta release
yeah,
some of that
but,
heat.
yeah, like I only ended that like one time during the whole stream. Y'all could replay it back and see if I did it more than that. But like what I'm saying, it was comfortable. I like the seal for real.
Are
like
they sold out?
That's a.
Let me look.
I have no idea. I pre-ordered the thing, so I have no idea.
Yeah,
If
I
I'd
pre-ordered it from GameStop, and
There you go.
they had it at Target, And
I went with the Best Buy.
yeah, usually I go with Best
Target
Buy.
real quick.
Yeah.
Pick these up tomorrow.
I did Best Buy and I did pickup from the curbside.
That shit is so clutch.
Absolutely.
I'm not even gonna lie, I would have fucking hated working there doing that shit.
Oh yeah,
You know people are being assholes about that.
absolutely.
They're taking advantage. They think they're fucking like Hollywood. It's like, yeah, you serve me. You bring me my stuff.
Like some
Like
medieval king
fucking,
sitting
yeah,
there
exactly. Sitting
in their chariot. Just
yep.
like, peasants, fetch me
Fetch
my
me my
headphones.
PS5.
Crazy.
JK, bring me my PS5.
Yo,
Ooh,
I
wow,
will
you
say
said
that
6K?
they need to use bags when they bringing out the merchandise, dog. They bringing out my PS. I'm like, dog, you didn't bring a bag. These motherfuckers are like lurking around here just watching shit.
Man.
Dog, I had to get the fuck out of
Man,
there. I
about
was
to
like,
get jumped
man,
in the parking lot.
I had to get the fuck out of there. I was like, all right,
So,
where you get robbed for your shoes.
let me ride around the corner and take what is it, three right turns or some shit to make sure nobody follow me.
I really do think it depends on how busy they are. At least it is down here, because I got a bag every day except for today. Right, I picked these up today. I drive in, I park. Usually I have to go through the app and say, hey, I'm here, I'm at this parking space, and then they come out to me. There was a nigga waiting in the parking lot, just roaming. That's how busy I know they must have been. So as soon as I parked in the spot, there was a Best Buy dude at my window. I was like, oh shoot. And so
Hey,
what you want?
What you want, nigga?
He didn't ask for none of the regular stuff. Like usually there's a code on the app, and then you gotta show him your ID. He was like, nigga, he was like, what is your phone number? What's your first name? What's your first and last name? All right, I'm gonna go get it. And then he just brought a box out. But like usually they'll bring me a bag. I got a bag, and they'll bring it out in a bag. But this time he was like, nigga, it's busy. He was like a vulture. He was just circling that little curbside area. As soon as somebody parked there, he's like, head right in the window.
Leaving Crescent's house when I was picking up my PS5, I was like, nigga, I am in prime mode of getting robbed right now.
It's like Jordan shoes, man. Don't be you can't buy those things. You gotta have armed guard and escort.
Pretty damn much.
I felt like that. I was like, man, I hope nobody see me. It was late at night too. I was like, I hope nobody see me going into this damn house.
That's the thing I always worry about too, is like buying a new TV in like an unfamiliar neighborhood. Like just like I don't know.
Shit. Like,
yeah, like I don't want them to know that I got nice things. Like I'm like, if I buy a TV, I'm moving it in the darkness, in the cloak of darkness. It's gonna be like 3 a.m. that's when my truck rolls up with the TV. Don't bring no boxes into my house when people can see me moving stuff in. I just feel like somebody's gonna see that. Oh, that's the money house right there. It's like no, I don't got that.
We ain't got shit over here.
There's no money. It's just I just got a couple things, man. Don't come over here. There's other people.
Matches. That's it.
I got my heart set on that gallery series, that LG G1.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if I'm gonna get it. I don't know if I'm gonna get that.
Yeah, because LG put their own skin on Android.
That joint is fire though.
No, you talking about a fucking TV. Oh, my bad.
TV.
I was about to say, I was like, yo, I know you not talking about getting an LG phone.
No,
but their skin is not that bad.
Absolutely.
The LG
It's
skin
not, yeah.
It's not that, because I had, before I went Pixel, I had LGs.
Yeah, what was that one that I think we had the same phone? The G,
the V20 or the G10 and the V20.
I think it was a G, yeah.
I had the G. I had like the G, the last G, and then I jumped to the V20, which to me was way better than the Gs.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just like that knock on the phone feature where you can wake your phone up with tapping and stuff.
Yeah.
Like I got
motherfucker wake up.
buttons. This niggas using buttons to wake their phone up. It's like, nigga, I just tell them, hey, nigga,
wake up.
2014.
Shaking your phone to wake it up like somebody laying in the bed. Hey, wake up.
So Maurice, what is it going to take for you to get Game Pass? Like, come on now, like you got to see the proof is in the pudding, man. It's like
He has a PC, right? So you could just
EA Play is coming to
nah,
PC.
he don't have PC. He has I think it's Switch and PS5, right? And he's on
He
Mac,
got a
I think.
series. He got a series.
What a combination.
S, I think he
Wow.
got.
Who, Maurice?
Yeah, I thought that was him, or maybe that's just Joel. I'm thinking.
Nah,
of.
that's definitely not him. He's not getting he's not getting no
The
Xbox.
way he be roasting it.
Get no Xbox.
Yeah.
I swear I thought that nigga had an Xbox. Anyway,
He
Xbox
got
hasn't had a must-have game since 2017. He said.
Damn.
That's because
I
you got
mean,
bad taste, Maurice. You don't like. You a hater.
you don't
That's,
like
that's your
anything.
problem.
I would say, what's a must-have game for PlayStation? There's no such thing as a must-have game. I can't think of a game that's like a must-have.
God of
At
War.
all.
No, I can't buy it. Like if it's a game where I can play through it and beat it, and then it doesn't change the next time I play through it, then I can't consider that a must-have because it's like it's one time for me. It's like one-time playability. Like I'm not gonna feel like playing through the whole game again. Not really. Like that. I don't really replay through games like that. So it's like it can't be a single player game. It has to be a game that's multiplayer, and you can pretty much get every flavor of game on every system minus the Switch, right? Like you can get a Halo type game on PlayStation if you want. I'm sure you can make one. I don't know if they have one, but you can make one. It's not like that. That's
Like
an
COD?
impossible game mechanics, right? Or you could play Call of Duty. You can play that on both systems. I can't think of any that I feel like the whole like exclusives thing died like 5 years ago, like 5 or 6 years ago, where it's like I don't really like who's like, oh, I gotta play The Last of Us. That's it. And if I can't play The Last of Us, I don't want the system. I get it tips the scale, right? Which is why it still matters to the game companies, but to us, the consumer, like whatever system you have, you pretty much have access to all the types of games there are.
Yeah.
Now, you might not have the game you want, but
I mean, it's definitely a lot. It's a lot closer now. With the series consoles and just like where Xbox is now. There's a shit ton of third party support, especially on Game Pass, where like I was saying before, like any type of games that um you want to play is on Game Pass. And I think that it's just more bang for your buck right now, and it's only going to get better like within the next year and 2 more years, and then when things actually start start really kind of bearing fruit from the whole Bethesda shit. But I mean, it's just I don't know, like I don't like for me personally, I'm financially able to enjoy everything, so I enjoy everything. And so, but I will be honest and be like, yo, like I play my Xbox way more than my PS5 because the games that I care about, and there's so much the games that I care about are on there, and I prefer like shooters on Xbox. It's just
controller feels better for shooters.
yeah,
I feel like for fighting games, the PlayStation controller feels better.
absolutely.
But for shooters, I feel like you need a little bit more stability.
A little bit more oomph.
Oh,
Yeah.
but well, Maurice said he don't want to play none of them games anyway, so he don't need Game Pass. So I mean, I guess that's your answer right there.
Some
I
people
guess.
don't want to be
I just-
rich.
Trying to beat
You're
y'all
a
asses
hater
in
your
Mario
whole
Kart.
life.
That's
exactly.
You can turn down an $1 million settlement if you wanted to. Like that's your right as a person.
Yeah,
People turn down good things all the time.
Side note, did you guys see this matte black controller that Xbox has now with the charger? I didn't even see that.
No, where'd you see that at?
Hold on. Let me try to find a link.
Appreciate you. All right.
Dang, that thing is juicy.
You said matte black?
Nah,
Why
Yeah,
did you
it's
say-
all matte black, and it has like a charging stand. Like, this is no Mad Catz garbage. This is like legit.
first party. All right.
Yeah.
We don't
Hey,
want that trash.
Don't be calling Mad Cats. Hey, Mad Cats, if you want to sponsor the podcast, I will play Hey, Cats controller. It's not going to
Look, I'm not recanting till you sign the check, Mad Catz.
Exactly.
Sign
Get
the
the
We
check.
money
were getting
up
nothing
front.
until we get the money.
Then Carl has to do like the promo for it. He has to talk about
Listen,
how
I'll
they
even say like the Pixel is a good phone for a chat. Like, so shout out to Google.
hey.
Oh, this that matte black
Stuff.
chain. That's just the new Series X controller.
That's just what it looks like. Does it have?
It
like, a
doesn't. It
fat
doesn't.
thing?
It doesn't exactly look like that. That's just the render that makes it look a little.
It looks
Little-
satin, like soft touch almost.
Nah,
No,
it's
Yeah,
definitely not.
It feels good on the. It feels better than the Xbox One controller, right? Like
For
the Xbox
sure.
One controller now feels like plastic, like fake. Like I mean, it is plastic, but like it feels like
This is false
like-
advertising. That's all I know.
This
'cause
is
that thing
false
looks like-
advertisement.
Yeah, because here's the joint right here. Like it's just it's just matte. It's a regular
Shiny?
matte black.
and then they kind of ruggedized the back a little bit to give you that
Yeah.
grip. Like
I got the blue joint. The blue joint is sexy. This joint. Oh my god. Look at that. Blue,
Yeah,
white.
That looks nice. That looks nice.
That is
That
nice.
looks a mess. Yo. All right. Let me. Well. That's
Yeah.
Except for Maurice ever getting on getting on the Game Pass wagon. I mean,
I think he's just afraid to be happy.
There will come a time.
you say he's afraid to be
bound
happy. Yeah,
He's afraid to be
He
happy.
is.
Like, he's
Hey, listen.
he's-
He switched over to iPhone, and so that was one step in the right direction.
In the
He-
wrong
he-
direction.
he's afraid. I want to play new games now. Well,
That's the worst mistake he could have done. Switching iPhone.
Some would say it's probably like the best mistake he could have made, but
you know what? I'm not the best person, I guess, honestly, to talk about it too, because I don't play that many games. So for me, it's easy to be like, okay, Halo's on Xbox, that's where I'll stay, and then I'll just try other games on Xbox, and then that's where Game Pass comes in handy. So I guess if my favorite games were already on PlayStation, that would make sense to be like, why get an Xbox? But
yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, all I have to say is I'm excited for the near future. I'm very satisfied Series X, Series S, and PC gaming customer.
You're just happy all around the boat.
Yeah, I mean I'm happy with PS5. The only thing that bothers me about the PS5 is the fucking storage shit. Like you can hook up an external, but you can't, like on Xbox they allow you to move stuff back and forth. Like there's games that only work on the SSD, so it's like, all right, like you gotta, like if you want to play it, then they'll you can move it over. But on PS5 you just have, if you park it there, you parked it there and that's it. And then on top of that, it's only PS4 games. So but if they just get that shit together, like it's like
And
whatever.
they need to come out with a Slim that doesn't look like I should be putting flowers on the top.
You said what?
Like they need to come out with a Slim version that doesn't like look like I need to put like it looks like a vase or a vase, whatever, however you pronounce it. It looks like
Yeah.
that thing.
I mean, look at
Like-
that thing, like it's like in the background. That shit is
like the
huge.
Eye of
That thing is
Sauron.
it's as tall as it's like half as tall as my TV right there. Like it's ridiculously tall.
It's
Talking
ridiculous.
about
It's
that
like
damn fan.
yeah, it looks like the freaking
It do
fan.
look like the fan too.
It's like one of them tower coolers, man. Like it just it
Yeah.
looks weird. I just
Yeah,
don't
get an
like-
Xbox.
they
Treat
always do
yourself.
that.
Treat
Man.
yourself.
Try to go.
Absolutely need that.
Oh,
Y'all ready to
Kick
It's
y'all
alright.
ass.
Always.
Yes.
nah? Oh,
Yes.
negatory.
I stay ready. I'm here all the time. Monday
This
through
nigga said
Friday.
they should have raised the Game Pass shit when everybody got their stimmy. Hell no. You gonna hear wildly.
Shit, I still
Yeah,
have
they
not got my
tried. They
stimmy
tried with
yet.
the whole
IRS,
Xbox
where is
Live
it at?
Gold.
Yeah,
They tried.
it.
They tried that
And
shit with
motherfuckers was
Gold.
like,
What's like? What the
Nope.
fuck y'all doing?
You gotta
They
watch
tried.
Star-
Oh, we just thought maybe. Oh, okay. Well, we was
No,
just
no.
thinking that's not what
thought
y'all is doing.
wrong. Nah, thought
I'm
wrong.
sorry.
Yeah.
That wasn't y'all thought.
It
Where
was
y'all head was at.
terrible
Right,
PR.
exactly. Want to see what y'all was talking about?
Yeah.
No, not that nigga.
Okay, that's fine. Well, we'll just roll it back.
We'll circle back to it. You said
Don't
they're gonna
worry
try
about
it again. I mean, we'll see. I think it'll definitely
I
have
wouldn't
to
put it past
wait
them.
until after like this stuff is over.
Yeah, once they
Economics
get that first swath of like big Bethesda exclusives coming out, that's when they really gonna start changing their tone.
Oh
You
yeah,
know,
they're gonna be like,
moving
nigga, the
around with
price
the
went up.
yeah.
Raise it
Playing the
till
price
people
is right
start
with that shit.
off, and then that's the breaking point, and then you lower it again. That's how everything works.
Yep.
Like that's economics. They just raise it.
Ain't no prices right. Keep that
That's
shit
what-
at one spot.
That's what Netflix is doing, right? Netflix is like, hey, will you pay $20? Will you pay $25? And eventually it's gonna get to the point like, will you pay $50? And when people say no, they go, oh, well, we was just kidding. It's $45. Like,
Yeah.
that's how.
Yo,
Testing the waters.
Yeah, you gotta test them. You don't know what your customers are willing to pay until you put the price out there.
Really, that's all they're doing. They do that. That's everything. You can look at everything. Like that's how rent works, right? You're paying rent. They're just like, hey, are you still willing to stay here if we make you pay another extra $20 a month? And then the next year it's like another $20, and eventually you leave. And then when the person who's coming in, they're like, oh, we got this great deal, man. You can get in at this price. It's always lower than the people who are living there. They're paying higher, and they just keep doing that. They keep raising it till you break, and then they bring in another sucker and do that to them. So it's like that's economics, man. Everybody does that.
Yep.
yeah. I mean, and hold on, this man Maurice talking about
An ad every
Bethesda
30 minutes.
fell off, and I ad every 30. Like, ain't nobody. First of all,
They trying to chase me away from gaming in general. I would never game if I had to watch an ad every 30 minutes.
Oh my! Could you imagine ads on your station? Like, no.
I don't.
think
I
some people would
need
do
an
it.
ad-free life. Like I don't. If you show me an ad, something went wrong. Seriously, like if I turn on something, there's very few places where I'll accept ads. Like okay.
Oh, I just don't accept ads anymore.
It's like
I don't accept ads at anywhere.
yeah. If ads show up on my YouTube, I start looking around like, am I in the right house?
Whose
Like-
car is that?
It's
got that
fucking
red car?
Swabs. It's Swabs. He's been playing way too fucking much. All right.
whoa.
Swab looking like he over here in Tokyo drifting and shit. What
Alright, we
is
gotta
this?
total
Fast
him.
and Furious?
Do I
Yo,
gotta
d-
We're
relocate
gonna
on
turn
it?
this into Wreckfest.
This is not even my color for this game. I don't even know why we worried about that.
We
This man
already
over here, Fast and the Furious in life. And what is your best friend? Rock? Is Rock your best friend?
What if he was? What would you say?
Let me just go ahead and switch.
Why get that nigga on the show? That'd be my
He
first
was
question.
in Hobbs, not Fast and Furious, because
That's a good point.
The Rock is not a Fast and Furious member anymore. He's a Sean Hobbs member.
Facts.
Him and Vin Diesel
Switch over.
get along because they're like,
Swab
"Oh,
over here looking on.